Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back again to SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals, and we are back again with another quarterfinal match between Mistwalkers and PJP. And joining me yet again is gonna be Might. Hi, Might.
Hello, Terran. Intense game here today.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, the quarterfinals, top 8 teams in the country facing off against each other. 100,000 rupees on the line in terms of prize pool, as well as 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points on offer. That's a lot of skins, mind you, for all these players taking part. I mean, what was I using Valorant points for?
Can I participate in this?
I'm pretty sure you won't make the first cut even. You know, the first qualifier, bottom cut will be out, man.
That's the reason I'm casting and I'm not playing. let's not go there.
Having said that, though, a massive shout out to SLTMOBITEL for organizing the tournament. It's absolutely amazing format. And we had 4 qualifiers from February with 32 teams taking part in each of the qualifiers, 2 top teams from each of the qualifiers coming into the final stage, which is the top 8 teams in the country. But having said that, talking about the prize pools and everything, there is another special surprise for everyone who is watching from home. There is a giveaway. All you have to do is answer the question that you see on screen right now and put your answer in the comment section, and we'll be selecting the winner at the end of the series. So the question today is going to be, which country does breach originate from? A. Spain, B. Sweden, C. Sri Lanka, and D. Singapore. Which country does breach originate from? A. Spain, B. Sweden, C. Sri Lanka, and D. Singapore. Put your answer in the comment section right now and stand a chance to win some amazing goodies courtesy of SLTMOBITEL, and we'll be selecting the winner at the end of this amazing best of 3 series. Having said that, Mike, let's take a quick look at the rosters from either side, as well as the map video between these 2 teams as well. So going into the rosters, on the side of Whiffmasters, we have a fully stacked up roster here, multiple subs also. But in terms of who is going to be playing, we do have Tipsy, Athena, Castiel, Split Killer, Phantom, and Kapumba. I am not sure who are the 5 from Mistwalkers who will be playing today, but we'll have a look at it as the game starts. And then on the side of PJP, we have Mash, Angry C, Rusty Nub, EasyAF, and Banta. Okay, some interesting names from PJP for sure, but it's always fun. I mean, Sri Lankan in-game or IGNs are always fun, man. It's always fun. But let's quickly head into the video as well.
It tends to give us a very hard time as well. But like, exactly.
And heading
so I'm
into the
expecting
video.
Athena to be playing all 3 maps, hopefully for Mistwalker, since he is the main chess player.
Hopefully, and with that, we do have the map picks on screen right now. Ascent has been picked up by Mistwalkers. We have Haven for the side of Team PJP, and a Decide Bind. So Icebox, Fracture, Breeze, Split is all out. So we still haven't seen Split in the quarterfinals. We haven't seen Haven and Ascent. So today we are going to be seeing Ascent and Haven, which we haven't seen in the quarterfinals so far. So that's going to be an interesting one. But in terms of map bans, I really like the fact that Split has been banned out by PJP. That means they have done their homework. Mistwalkers are extremely strong on this map, but sometimes they have fallen apart on Split. But I have to say, Split is one of their stronger maps, and even Breeze is a bit iffy. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure why they did ban on Breeze. Maybe they don't like to play on it themselves, so probably why. But other than that, I haven't really seen Mistwalkers outperform anyone on Breeze. But Split for sure needs to be taken out. And on the other side, we have 2 unorthodox maps being taken out, especially Fracture being taken out by Mistwalkers. They don't want to run into a new map and get anti-stratted or run into strats that they haven't seen. And then on top of that, we have Icebox, which is always a banger of a map which could go either way, and hence why they have banned it out. So interesting video coming up, and with that, we should be able to get into the game and check out the agent selection. So we do have on the side of PJP, we do have that chamber being picked up, very meta right now. EasyAF locking in that Jet. We have the Sova. We might have a double duelist composition coming out from PJP, and then on Mistwalkers, we do have Lino picking up his signature Killjoy. We have Athena going in for his signature Jet. He will never play anything else. Kapumba picking up an Omen. So this is the first time we're going to be seeing Omen.
Okay, Omen. I'm excited. We're gonna have Omens on both sides of the map, aren't we?
Yeah.
And that's gonna be
double
huge.
initiator from Mistwalkers.
again, the use of KO on Ascent, I love it because KO is such a strong agent, especially right now in the meta because of how he can just single-handedly stop a complete push that's
Yeah.
suppressed, and using that using the 0 point as an information gathering tool. When you have Sova on one side, especially on defense, you have Sova on the B side and you have KO on the A side, these two agents can gather information so quickly, and that gives you so much strength, especially in Ascent. Information gathering becomes one of the most important things. Of course,
Indeed.
if again, I do think the chamber pick is going to be one of the most important things to look out as well, because what you it comes down to what you want to replace when it comes to picking up a chamber, right? Who do you want to replace? Do you want to replace Killjoy? Do you want to replace your initiator? So they've decided to opt out of going for the Killjoy and go for the chamber. Of course, chamber offers a lot of more utility to slow down a push with the trademark and added firepower. So again, they have a double Lewis position. I want to see how they are going to play this, but again, let's see. It all comes down to how they are going to work off, especially on their defense.
So who are you favoring, Mike? If I ask you the question, who are you favoring right now, PJP or Mistwalkers in terms of the composition and the map?
I mean, I've seen Mistwalkers play. I'm obviously favoring towards them mainly because of the KO pick, because of like how good KO can be on Ascent, and I've seen. Athena, obviously one of the more highlighted players on Jet,
Controversial,
especially
Jets.
in the country. So I'd love to see how they're going to try and play this out. I obviously think Mistwalkers do have a bit of an advantage coming into this. We are going into the match straight away, as again, immediately the
It's a
fragment throws
fast
out
initiation, very fast initiation coming in, and already we do have Athena going down, Lino picking up the kill onto match. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, but two players are heavily tagged. So this is side control completely taken by the side of Mist Walkers here, and no real aggression thereafter. So it's going to be a retake, 4v4 retake coming out. Two players extremely low on either side. The Sova and the KO both having taken quite a bit of damage, but let's see how they can defeat the spike here. Already Punya picking up
with the
Cassiel
kill.
here. They are looking for more.
That's a beam player. If control beam, they know all the players are inside now. The shots are going to go off. Punya gets taken. Bit of pan gets a trade, but Skra is there with the fire kill onto Lino as PJP gets the first round under their belt. A huge push into the side, running right through the dark cover. Very ballsy, but just pushing off of the woman's smoke gets themselves first round now. Again,
the interesting thing about that was the fact that Mistwalkers, they got very quick control of the side, but their post plant positioning was a bit off, I would say. Especially like in a lot of pubs, right? You would plant the spike in B side and then you would stay inside the side. But what I've seen in a lot of pro players is that people tend to stay outside the side. You want to stay at B main, a couple of players at B main to catch out the flankers just before they get into the side. But here we saw all 5 players or 4 players that were left in Mistwalkers inside of B side, and there wasn't anyone to come back into the side and try to retake from behind or stop the aggression coming out, and that I think costed them. Meanwhile, though, we do have a default coming out from Mistwalkers here on the save round. Let's have a look at how much of damage they can do.
Oh no, through the smoke. Ekapumba dies through the dark cover as he tries to work his way up into the lobby area. Skra here with the Spectre. Interesting, the Sova with the Spectre. You should expect the Sova to have an Ares the second round. They're actually going to go for the Spectre. The Guardian on the radar. Interesting choice there. Castile spots the gun, gets the headshot, is not able to convert it as Punya is there to trade out his teammate with the Guardian, but they've taken one Scrub with the kill onto Lino in mid down to the final player. Tipsy Daddy can't do anything as he gets taken down by Peter Pan. It's a second round, of course. No, there's not a round that Mistwalkers were anyways going to win because of the lower buy. Now is the gun round. Now is the time they have to show up. Especially, they cannot let PJP convert on this anti-echo.
Yeah, and look at this. Easy F is going for that Sheriff build-up, so he is probably propping up for an operator early up here on side, but it's a full buy coming out from the side of Mistwalkers here. Castile is the one going to be on the Guardian. The rest of them are going to be on a bunch of bundles. Let's have a look. They are defaulting yet again, so no real aggression towards one side, but here's the push coming through.
Suppress is huge. That stops Jet from dashing away, so he cannot take that aggressive pick. He has to run away. Why the suppress Does not sometimes takes away the tailwind capability. Scrah, although gets information of 2 players up in mid. The spam through the wall doesn't get anything. Castle trying to take advantage of that, not able to get it. Tonya though gets a kill on these walkers. The Tina, Lino able to trade him out.
So very important for Mistwalkers to not lose any more players here on their full buy, and they want to be able to convert as much as possible. Kapumba in the meantime will find easy AF here outside of A main. So it's a 4v3 now. How many players are they going to lose is going to be the question. They are going to flash through. Kapumba coming
flash.
out.
Do they check? They don't check Peterman. They don't check Peterman. Peterman gets one. Oh no, there's one play up in tree, and that's the final kill going down. It's down to Mash in a 1v3. The Chamber. He does have 4 bullets, his Headhunter. Now, the Chamber has his Headhunter. This is where the Headhunter becomes one of the most important pieces of utility when it comes to clutch situations because of how it offers you almost a Guardian-like ability to take care of long distance duels, but it's down to Castile as he takes down Nash, and it's down. First round goes to the side of Mistwalkers. They lose only 2 players, and one of them being Athena. So Athena will probably try and build up for the Bladestorm in the upcoming rounds. Ekapumba, 1 away from the shadows. Lino, 1 away from the lockdown. That's an interesting spot here. Lino, all he has to do is take up the B main orb because the PHP hasn't been contesting B main as much as they have been contesting A main. If they are able to take the B main orb for Lino, that for me the lockdown play would be there for them. Especially since Scrad does not have his Hunter's Fury charged up. Peter Pan makes his way. That's an interesting dodge there.
He manages to cross easily there. Did not think he'll be able to get a free cross there. Meanwhile, Athena pushing through mid here. Market smash is going to be there.
Does he check the off angle? He does not. Oh. Very well positioned there by Mash. The reason he did that is because he has a rendezvous, right? He knows exactly. He knows that he can quickly just teleport away in case anything happens. But if he gets the kill on the other side of the site in the meanwhile.
Oh, Peter Pan though coming through with the
paranoia.
Does get pushed by Lino in the meantime. Castiel will find Mash all the way at mid. So it's going to be a 3v2. This is the Byron coming out from PJP. So they need to be careful. Punya does have the Odin up. Very early Odin coming out from him. The Nano Swarm doing a little bit of damage here. Punya does manage to pick up 1. On Tip's daddy here. Does get spotted and...
Okay. Hello. And Castiel gets a kill on to Punya. It's down to 1. He wants to Sova. The drone might information. The drone is huge, but he's gonna stick it in. So this stick it. That is huge from Castile. He just doesn't pick and he gets the kill off the Scrah. So well played using the owl drone, saving the utility for later on. Why is he able to
still have the lockdown, by the way?
They still have the lockdown, and they have the Hunter's Fury as well. They have 4 ultimates on the side of Mistwalkers. They have the Null Command. They have the lockdown. They have the Hunter's Fury. It's only the Bladestorm they are missing, and that's just. It's the use of the KO helps Castile to retain his utility, especially the Owl Drone, which came in huge in that clutch.
Indeed, and I must say,
a gun for again they don't replay that, but like interesting choice of a gun for Punya to go for the Odin on the Reyna again.
There's going to be a B-man push here with that lockdown also ready if they want to use it. But we do see Tipsy Daddy going in, Athena dashing forward here. And Punya will get taken out by Athena here, coming in strong here. That's complete B-side control taken. Sky in the meantime taking a little bit of damage. Mash trying to break through the door from Markets here. Athena needs to be careful. He's going to get tapped from behind Scar. The smoke running out, but Castile is going to be there for the trade on to EDF and takes another. Castile is just feeling it today. And Kapumba in the meantime finds Mash, looking for the last man alive. Peter Pan with the shotty and relax right now.
Okay, the flash and the paranoia, and he's actually not gonna get a shot off. His flash is paranoia, and he's just dead at that point. But Mistwalkers getting themselves 3 rounds, getting the lead on, and notice they did not use a single ult in that round as well. They still have 4 ults in their belt. And then Athena's 1 ult orb away from getting the Bladestorm up as well. If Athena gets a kill, they'll be at full strength.
Indeed, and sadly enough though, both the Jets have not been feeling it right now, and it is going to be another B-man push here, but 3 players expecting this are stacked here. No one for mid control right now from the side of BJP.
Odin's gonna be huge. The Null Command stops Okay, the flash doesn't really catch a lot of people.
Oh,
Scrog
Scrog,
is
escape from Mash. Mash find Athena as well. Mash finds another onto Kapumba. It's a horrible situation. None of the ultimates being used. Lino in the meantime will find Punya. 2 players left on the side of Mistwalker looking for more. Peter Pan will put Castiel down. All up to Lino. They will kill the guy who was alive. Lino finds one. He's in a 1v3 and it's not going to happen as easy. With that operator coming out for the first time, will clean things out, making it a 3-3 here. Now we might actually see the full set of utility being used by the side of Mistwalkers here.
They actually did pop the null command there, but the null command did not work out because Mash, the moment null command was popped, he ran out of the site. He ran right back into spawn. What that did was that led his trademarks to be effective even though the null command was popped, because the null command has to hit the player. Now when your chamber's in spawn, he cannot hit him. He cannot destroy, he can suppress the utility inside. That's a 5-hit play by Mash right there. Peter Pan with this one big, he's able to do something, gets one, but it gets shredded out there by the KO. Ekapumba has his from the shadows. Again, not the most effective ultimate, but it's a huge information grab. If they are able to use it properly, still gonna use the owl drone. Easy not. Lino,
He doesn't want to pick. Ash does have the 24s out as well. And that's the lockdown going to be committed. This is going to be fake.
That's
a massive fake.
It's a fake.
But Mash realizes this.
Oh my god, Mash gets the kill off of the 24s onto Ekapumba. And they rotate off of this. They actually rotate off of it. Running all the way into B.
Out Lino as well. Lino will die out. So this is the lockdown committed and nothing actually happening. Meanwhile, Punya with the Odin is going to be looking at B main here. And Castiel is going to be running into this.
Oh no, the Empress and the Odin. The Empress and the Odin. There is no way Castiel could have won that fight. It's
30 seconds left.
Nothing more horrendous than that. He has an alt command and cannot get the shots off on time as he gets taken down by Punya's Odin, just wreaking havoc in this Mistwalker side. PJP go up 4-3. Then Skra now has his Hunter's Fury on him as well.
The interesting thing is, Mistwalkers are not going to be too sad about what is happening right now. They are on the attack, and we all know in terms of maps, Ascent is one of the hardest maps to attack on, and right now they're doing fairly okay for themselves. So they'll be happy with anything from a 6-6 to a 7-5 even. They should, I mean, the 7-5 even, they should be happy with it. But meanwhile, another default coming out from Mistwalkers here, and no one really giving away anything at all. Easy AF holding down A main here with the operator, and a lot of mid presence is being shown by Athena right now, having made itself all the way into market. Needs to be careful. There's a lovely crossfire being set. Sky is going to come in. He's going to come in. The Blade Storm misses.
Actually escapes with his life. I mean, he loses all of his blades, but he escapes with his life. That's a huge information grab. They know 2 players are in mid now. And then B side's almost free. Punya almost rotating. He actually sticks back in spawn. The Shrouded step used by Ekapumba to get into B side. He's inside B side right now. But the spike is all the way up in A main.
If Ekapumba is able to Lino is all the way in A haven right now, and he's going to be able to fight. No way.
At all. That Misaf had no idea. As Puya actually gets a kill onto Ekapumba. Do they expect Lino to be holding this angle with the operator? They do not. Lino not taking the shot off. Mash able to get the headshot onto him. B side is fairly in the control of the side of Mistwalkers, but not until Punya says so, since he has his trusty Odin by his side. The Hunter's Fury invested to stop the plan. The Count Hunter's Fury, he's getting completely.
Castiel gets him though.
Oh my god, this is so chaotic. It's down to 2 players inside. The retake comes in.
The Leah from Punya.
Oh, that is such clutch utility usage from Punya as he uses the Leah to completely blindside his opponent to work. And then again, interesting spot here is that he decided to drop his Odin and go for a Spectre. Why they're going in for a retake? That quick fire rate control, especially that Spectre has in comparison to the Odin, gives him a better chance to have this clutch capability. And that's a 5-hit play by Punya as well. I mean, I've been quite critical of his Odin usage, but his ability to just realize when and when to switch his guns, he's heartbreaking for his team as well. I mean, you can't say anything at that.
Right now, I think the biggest problem for Mistwalkers is that Athena has not been firing up or not been able to find any kills. So this is going to affect them in terms of confidence going into this. Meanwhile, Athena dashes forward. He does get spotted out and will get mauled through the smoke. He has been so unfortunate. In the meantime, Scar is going to be holding mid all the way with the chamber here. Our drone is going to spot him out for the time being, and he will be forced to back off. Kapumba yet again finds Punya.
Kapumba has been such a clutch player, especially for the side of Mistwalkers. I mean, constantly I've seen him be one of the more impactful players, but do they expect the jet up on top of this box? They do not. No, if he had gotten out of there alive, I would have been so surprised. But Peter Pan gets the third in his round, and he has from the shadows. Is he going to invest it? Nash, does he expect the KO to be around? He does. Gets Kapumba, Tipsy spots Skra, but he cannot do anything else as he gets taken down. Skra here picks up the operator. It's 6 rounds for the side of PJP. They're having a pretty good time here.
Indeed, but again, the jet on the side, the easy F not landing any of those operator shots. He got to be feeling that these kind of things affects the player's confidence as well. Those are 2 op shots that should have been landed by him that he whiffed completely. So he's going to be a bit shaken up by that afterwards. But we do have a half buy coming out from the side of Mistwalkers now. A couple of Spectres, actually 5-man Spectre lineup coming out with half shields here. How much of work can they do? They are going in for a fast push up here at A, and now a lot of mid presence being shown by PJP. We have 3 players all the way looking at mid, but we do have Mash holding this, and he will get the kill through the smoke. So that's going to be Athena yet again mauled down through the smoke. So unfortunate. Meanwhile, Tipsy Daddy will find Peter Pan, and Kapumba is going to be able to trade out to Mash as well. This is really good.
But again, interesting spot. The thing, Mash constantly stays way far back in his side, knowing that that 0 point is coming, and he's ready for it because the chamber's immediate counter is KO's utility. But he is able to dodge all of that very well. But they do take control of side Mistwalkers. It seems a little too hard here for the comeback for the side of PJP. I mean, Punya just have his own in, but Castiel Pigs gets taken out. But he is only 1 man against an army of Mistwalkers as Lino gets the final headshot onto him. It's going to be a 6-4. 2 rounds remaining
I feel
in
like
this half.
Athena cannot catch a break right now. I mean, so many times he has been dying out of weird angles or through smokes. He does not seem to be able to catch a break. But again, creating a lot of space through his entries that he has been making. And that's, again, a duelist does not mean to be always the top fragger on the team. As long as he's creating space for the team, I think the team will be happy with it. And yet again, it's going to be a full-on A push coming out from Mistwalkers here with Lino lurking around all the way at B. And again,
Rush
this is going to be a full mid push. It's a full-on mid push coming out from PJP. This is a weird strat, and Lino is going to be stuck here. The Torrent is going to get taken out. We do have Easy AF pushing Lino out here, but meanwhile, full A side control has been taken, and Easy AF will find Lino in the end. So it's going to be a 4v5 for the retake, while the spike does get planted. Operator in the hands of Athena. How much of work can he do with it is going to be the question. Who is going to peek through the smoke? Who is going to come into his crosshair? And can he find a kill? The owl drone will come out. Mash in the meantime will find Castiel all the way on the back. And Athena will get more down here by Mash. Kapumba will find one. Mash finds the 3rd kill as well. And Punya for the last one on Kapumba. And that's going to be an easy retake for them. Again, not being able to hold these post plants for Mistwalkers. We had Castiel all the way outside of A main, but after he died, no one was able to go and cover him, and they really did not have the utility or the presence to be able to hold on to that side.
Again, that's an interesting spot that is made. It's just notice that you make the state, Terra, is that they are having. They're getting into sides okay. Like the executions have been really good, especially off of that Killjoy lurk. They were able to get into A side pretty easily, but the moment they got spiked down, it seems that they are a little bit confused as to what they're supposed to do, because you have players just running around inside, not really understanding what their positioning should be, and that's really just hurting Mistwalkers on their attack here. They're gonna go for an aggressive A hit again. They have the Omen and the Jet peeking up. Mid top Jet Omen and the KO, I beg your pardon.
Castiel is going to be using his owl drone through into A side till the
drone gets cancelled.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan's just so good.
Oh, the Jet dashed into the side. Mash did see this. Mash did
Nash
see
has
the
two.
dash into
This
the
2
side.
force is going to be huge. This 2 force is going to be huge if he's able to cut down this shoot point entry, but he is not. The perfect fit of the recon to get into side. Athena is not able to get the kill onto Scra. And Mash here in heaven. There's no way for him to.
Oh,
There's
Castile
no
finds
help for
one.
Castile. Castile gets one. Does he expect the player close by? He does not. Does he? A little bit of an oversight. He probably did hear the player, just not able to concentrate on all the angles that are being presented to him as they go up the second round, second half of the game at 8-4.
That's a really good scoreline for PJP to have, putting on a show here for everyone who is watching. And Miss Walker's in all sorts of trouble right now. Again, it's all down to the fact that Mash and Punya with that Odin has been doing so much of work. Castile has been trying, Castile and Lino and Kapuma. It feels like they have been not being able to hold sides, and I feel like it's a lack of practice. I feel like these guys haven't played a lot as of recent times, and I feel like that is affecting them significantly. But let's see how well they do on defense, because on defense, unless you're retaking, it's more or less holding down to the side. You don't need to make a lot of set plays or anything as such. So let's see how much work they can do. Meanwhile, it's going to be a B push coming out from the side of PJP running in. There are two players huddled up at B tiles right now.
That's a huge recon dot and a shock bolt. That's going to get a lot of information, put a lot of damage on the players as well. Now, the interesting thing to note here is that Mistwalkers do have a very defensive heavy comp, because they do have double initiative compositions, which is very strong on defense. The fragment stops the mid push coming in. They have the chaos still going for an aggressive peak here.
Okay, need to be careful though, not a lot of damage, or no one has been lost right now, and meanwhile we have Athena pushing out.
Huge pick onto Izaf, and they are. This probably gives them all the information. The 0 point will gets all the 4 players that are trying to push up out of the tree. That's gonna be the spike plan going down. Do they expect Athena to be here?
Let's have a free shot here. Athena gets one.
Perfect team play here, using off of this flash, and it's down to Ekapumba as he gets 4 on the round. Perfect sight hold by the Omen, holding it down, especially moving around. He was initially at the tree, gets the first pick off, runs back to A, because knowing, understand that the timer does not allow them to go to B, the execute has to come to A. So he runs back into A heaven and tries and holds A heaven with all his utility, and he does that so well. It's down to, again, the 8-5. That's the pistol round 1. If Terra, if you're PJP, would you force up this round?
I mean, they can afford to, but I don't think they will go for it. They'll probably like to play it a little bit safer. Meanwhile, Mash is going to get null command. Sorry,
0 point.
Going to get 0 point silence, so he is not going to be having that headhunter with him. Gets it back up now, and he is going to be picking that. Athena needs to be careful. Athena peeks forward.
Athena, oh my god, that was so close.
Playing with fire right now. Absolutely playing with fire.
But
he will get pushed here. Athena is getting pushed here. Mash getting 4 kills here, 22 damage, and he will get mauled down by Tipsy at the end. So that's a player down already. So they haven't really lost anyone on the side of Mistwalkers. Mistwalkers will be looking to save as many weapons as possible. But a little bit of a slow push coming out from the side of PJP here. One player all the way lurked up in mid here, and Lino has an idea that one player might be around, so he hasn't really left his side. But whereas the spike is actually rotating towards this B side, so Lino making the right call here, not really rotating out. He is going to be putting a nano swarm here just to be safe.
The alarm bot is huge, gives all the information of the player in mid. That's probably going to call up rotate as well as Lino. Actually, no, a rotate is not coming in. Interesting decision making here. Okay, Castile. As Punya just gets completely mowed down by lead bullets all across his body. Down to Lino, stuck here inside. Does he expect the players? He gets the first big Peter Pan with the shrouded step, trying to make a clever woman play, not working out as Mistwalkers convert their anti-eco. They are 8-6, 2 rounds away from neutralizing.
Was that a flawless, or did they lose one? I think that was a flawless.
It was a flawless. It was a complete flawless.
Yeah, so they're going to be happy with that, converting their anti-eco very effectively. They're going to be holding on to all their weapons. So now that's the full buy coming out from PJP, and now it's Mistwalker's time to put some damage on to the side of PJP, because any damage that you do, that player will not be able to buy up the next round. So they are looking for as much damage as possible this round. Meanwhile, 0 point will go out, getting a little bit of info.
Okay.
Athena playing with fire right now.
Athena,
Kapumba takes one.
Athena, he
Athena
gets
finds
one.
another.
Oh, that's trades. It's traded out. Peter Pan out to 9 HP. He's on 9 HP.
There's
Tips
some
doing a
really good
lot of
stuff
damage
coming
to
out.
this Spectre. Okay,
Castiel in the
okay,
meantime
okay.
will get
Castiel a
taken
little too
by...
late on the reaction there, but he's down. I mean, Mash is down to 60 HP as well. I mean,
Last
Tipsy
But
gets a
he's
kill
player
on Peter
wrapping
Pan.
around
Lino
this.
gets a kill on Mash. Scara, he's stuck in mid top. He's gonna run all the way back into A main. When
I
the
think
KO
the
obviously,
footsteps are going to be heard. KO heard this.
and then
oh,
and the
there's-
0 point just completely ruins the drone as well. That means he might be able to get a plant off, but he actually doesn't get a
at least
plant
some
off.
sort
He's
of
gonna
money
try and
here.
get an
Sky is
aggressive post plant. Yeah, no, I mean that was a correct decision by him to try and get those, to try and take the aggressive fight because he has to equalize his numbers. But of course, not really working out at that time. Both players just waiting for him at that choke point, and that's going to be the 7th round for the side of Mistwalkers, and they pick up, and the two players pick up guns as well. So start looking good for PJP in the long economy game.
Indeed, because since they did lose their full buy round, they are going to be forced into a half buy minimum, and they are going to be in a tough position here. Again, the conversion coming out from Mistwalkers here. Absolutely really good performance coming out of them from the defensive side of it. And again, the correct idea to push out of A main. They want to get as much damage as possible. They don't really care about winning the round, and they ended up winning the round because of the amount of damage that had been done by Athena, and I think it was Castiel who pushed forward. They were able to do so much damage, get 2 kills initially, and then the amount of damage that was done to Peter Pan follow up as well. It's a lot of damage. Meanwhile,
This
the flash
positioning
will
by
come
Mash
through.
is huge. Oh, Izaf
Pumba.
not looking at the right angle. Eka Pumba shoots him right in the head. Peter Pan down to 16 HP.
Oh, the gun barrel is seen.
Oh god, that is so.
That is patience. He could have easily wall
Yeah.
banged him, but just he knew.
He was like, you know what? I'm gonna make you suffer. I'm gonna make you
1
suffer.
HP on Mash.
Mash is not so close, but Lipson is right next to him as he gets the kill or through the wall. But it's down to the player in mid. Dude, do not
Did
do
not
not
play
spot.
him.
Do not spot the player. They don't spot Skara. But
Okay,
this is
they now
not
spot
gonna
him.
clear him out.
player standing.
Punya.
Athena
Not able
will
to
take
shot.
out Punya.
He's gonna run over. Oh my god. Skara just getting run over by that Odin. It's just too painful to watch. It's gonna be the scores equalized 8-8 here on the quarterfinal 3 map 1 here on Ascent. And looking good, Miss Walkers. They are having a pretty good time from the shadows charged up for both omens on both sides. They have the Empress on Punya as well. Now, does he opt to go for half shields and the Empress? So he's actually going to go for full shields. Castle with a little bit of a lining up with the Odin.
Indeed, but the push is going to be coming in towards this A main area with just the chamber lurking all the way. Mash will be rotating back out into the A side here. 2 players up from Mistwalkers holding down A side. We do have Punya popping that Empress. He's going to get mauled down.
Ekapumba.
Ekapumba.
Ekapumba
Finds
gets the
the kill.
kill off through the smoke. The fragment
Finds
as
another?
well.
No
Ekapumba is just coming up huge. Athena gets the kill off with the operator. The A side is on lockdown. That is no way they are getting in here. The shock dart misses as well. Tipsy is gonna take another.
Down A.
The 3rd kill on the round for him. Ekapumba inside Peter Pan, stuck in a 1v4. Has the ultimate. He gets the shot off onto Athena. And
But
he
Kapumba
cannot
with
get
the
past
easy 4K
Ekapumba.
to close.
That's 9 rounds here for the side of Mistwalkers. Like I said, their composition heavily favors defense, especially on Ascent because of how the KO and the SOA function as information gathering agents on both sides of the map. Because if you notice, they always play the KO and the SOA in 2 different sides. They always play the SOA with that Odin in the B side because of its wall bank capability, and they have the KO up in A to help with the jet and to use those flashes on the KO. They are
And now
actually
it is going to
in.
be a B side or a mid push coming out by the looks of it. And we have Punya with a Marshall as well as is EDF with a Marshall as well. But looking for info right now, smoked off. They might have an idea that this is happening on the side of Mr. They have complete A main control here as well as B main control from Lino. So they know that the push is coming towards mid, and we already see Kapumba taking a position all the way in mid market.
Oh,
Will get spammed
Peter
down by Peter Pan with the Guardian to put him down, and this is going to be the door being closed out by Lino. I think that's for Castiel, I think, closing out the door. Will get broken immediately, just buying time for the time being. And now for the push coming through Castiel. With that, our drone is looking for some information. We do have the players from the side of PJP backing off for the time being, and they still haven't made any sort of aggression here. No map control taken, but a lot of map presence here from Mistwalkers. They do have a certain idea of where these players are going to be coming from, and they will be going in. Tina will take down Mash. He will be forced to back off. The Lear goes out. The Lear is going to be broken. He will not find the second shot. He's looking for more. Easy F, meanwhile, with the Marshall, finds 2 headshots onto Castiel as well as, who was it? Castiel and Lino, I think.
One enemy remaining.
Let it get Lino, but Peter Pan gets a kill onto Lino as well. Athena gets the pick off with the Blade Storm onto Peter Pan. 1v3 presented here with the Blade Storm. Now, Athena, if there was time to redeem himself, there's no time then. Now gets the scout burst off. He's gonna get the Blade Storm. The fight onto Scar, but Scar wins it. Now, of course, what happened there is that PJP, they took mid control and they stuck with it until the last 20 seconds of the run. They had mid control. What happens when you have mid control? Mistwalkers have no idea where the push is going to be, so they are always going to be divided across the map. Of course, they up in 3, but after that, Izab is able to capitalize quickly after that. Athena here could have stopped this push, but not hitting those operator shots as crisply as we expect him to, and completely just taking that mid control, slowing down the round, cutting off all noise, waiting for the last seconds and executing off of that. That's PJP has just completely outsmarted Mistwalkers in that round. But again, we see Punya here again with the Odin, a different skin this time, probably got it off of the cloak. As the Hunter's Fury gonna get invested to try and take Pumba. Pumba does go down to the Hunter's Fury. That's huge value. Tipsy is close, but he cannot do anything as he gets taken down. Athena
finds one.
He does not. Punya with the quick movement get on Athena. Is up here on the left. He gets kill onto the Killjoy. The shock dart does do a lot of damage onto Izaf, but Castiel has no idea where he is. He's gonna have to try and isolate some of these gunfights. Not able to get the kill onto either of them. Gets one onto Izaf. Uses the recon ball.
I think he knows that another player is here. He is going to be running into the hands of Peter Pan here. The rotation coming out. There is absolutely next level IQ coming out from.
Hey, Castiel with a quick flick. Unable to land the shots on the head though, but that's going to be 10 rounds for the side of PJP. Again,
I feel like the throws are coming in left, right, and center from both teams here. I think PJP gave away way too many rounds. The first 4 rounds that they gave away on attack, a bit questionable for them. But they have redeemed themselves now, evening up the score and taking the lead yet again in this attacking half. A couple of rounds away from getting into the match point, and Punya in the meantime has picked up the AWP. Interesting choice, because you normally would want to see it on the Jet, but he is going to be running it on the Reyna right now, who's going to be picking through mid, probably since EDF has not been feeling it today. And meanwhile, Punya looking for an angle here. Castiel is at mid market.
Again, Athena has constantly been getting pushed out of these angles that he's trying to hold. He's not been having the best of his time because he's constantly been getting bombarded by utility. But that's a huge shock that Mash must be feeling that in his bones. But Punya again up in mid top. This dark cover is all that's protecting him from Athena. Tipsy gets two. Izaf gets a kill on Tipsy, but Athena gets a kill onto Izaf. In main, Punya gets a kill onto Athena, though it's a quick trades left, right, and center here. Inside the dark cover, not able to do anything as he gets the recon dart off into mid. Does he spot the chamber? He does not. Oh, Ekapumba with the tap onto Peter Pan's head, and that's going to be the final player. The Reyna left in a 1v3. Do they give him the one? be fun fights. Castle actually does give him a 1v1 fight, but Punya not expecting him to be just running at him with a Phantom. That Blast 6 Phantom hits different. That's going to be 10 rounds under the belt of Mistwalkers as they as they equalize the rounds yet again.
Indeed, and it's turning out to be a banger of a game between these two teams. PJP and Mistwalkers are putting up a show here, regardless of the amount of throws that are happening from either side. It's definitely going to be an entertaining game already, an entertaining series, since this is just game one of this best of three here, and it's going to be a full-on A rush by the looks of it. The the Chamber does use that Tour de Force. Force is going to be used. Kapumba holding down the side for the time being, just alone. Athena all the way in tree here, and we have the Jet dashing in, and Kapumba through the smoke finds Mash. He's going to be paranoid up right now, pushed back, but that's already damage been done into this entry here.
And Lino has the lockdown. Lino has the lockdown, and he does not have Hunter's Fury on the other side to counter it. This is going to be huge. He's going to invest the lockdown immediately. This is going to be the retake going quickly off of that. They're going to have to try and contest off with Athena holding this door push again. The door's closed. I don't know why he's scoping into the door, but the door gets broken down. Now they are gonna have to run off to the side.
Look at what Lino is doing. Look at what Lino is doing though. He has the ultimate flash coming in. He will find one.
So big brain is up gets the kill, but Punya is inside. The defuse goes in. They're gonna try and go for the kills here.
What? Kapumba?
Kapumba's just jumping around. This one's playing different today. He's playing a different game. Someone check his PC, because I mean, you can see how adept he is at holding A side through heaven, because the amount of times we've seen him getting kills through the smokes off of pure spam up to this heaven, off of the H point is just amazing, unbelievable to me. But that shows how adept he is, how trained he is when it comes to, using the dark covers and having those headshot angles down to a start, as they actually go for a
full 180 shot coming out from Kapumba. And yes, it is going to be a full-on B-rush coming in, but Tipsy already taken down. Easy AF coming into the side. They find another one with Linos. That's unfortunate. The Nanostorm doing so much. Punya.
That was a little funny as Castile just trumps in Punya's face. Punya gets the headshot off onto Lino. Punya's just feeling it. So that's gonna be the Smith getting invested. Oh no, Athena misses the shot. He wasn't even blinded, but he misses the shot. Punya gets race Kra. It's It's down to the final player here. It's Tipsy on the kill. He's up against three players. Are they actually rotating into his crosshair? They expect him. They do expect him. He was spotted here by the player Mash as he was walking into Spoon Punya with 4K on the round. The Reyna coming up huge here on the duelist again. Reyna not one of the meta picks right now because of how limited her capability is in comparison to the utility dump that has been going around in Valorant with the new patch. But again, Punya showing us still why Reyna's a really good agent when you are fragging out on a good day. Reyna can be a very destructive agent. It's going to be
11-11 between the two teams. I feel like we might be seeing an OT at this thread, but meanwhile, Suppress coming out onto Mash here. Mash is lurking all the way at A main for the time being, and Athena not looking to push out right now. He's just playing for information, and mid control. EF is fighting for this mid control. Castile is all the way in mid market. We have two players going up towards mid. We do have the smoke going out, so they only need to cover one angle here. The outdrone will get some information. They are going to be pushing off of this. 4 players coming through mid here. Mash is going to be putting that trap to figure out anyone who is coming through. They are already inside. Lino fighting up. Castile is also there. They don't really have an idea of where this is happening. We have Athena coming in from the back. Missing his blade storm shots. And now he's going to get pushed out here. Athena running all the way back into his side.
Running. That is so comical.
He's hightailing out of there.
Tips ready, spots the two players. He has the flash right close by him. Guess he gets the flash by himself.
What a shot by Peter Pan. Absolutely feeling it. And Punya in the meantime will shut down Athena. Down to the last two, Castile and Lino up against the 5 on the side of PJP. Just absolutely really good performance coming out from PJP.
Yeah, you have to save. I don't think Mistwalkers have a chance of getting back into sight at this point. They've just been
don't really have.
completely annihilated. Castile is actually trying to go to retrieve a rifle by the looks of it. He's gonna stay up in spawn. He has a Spectre. He has to try and retrieve a rifle at least, but not looking good for him because Punya is holding this entrance with complete diligence. Punya's actually pushing. This could be an opportunity for Castile to retrieve that gun on Punya. Well, Lino's just
Indeed, but
Lino's just stuck in beam. He's like, no, I'm not gonna move. One the pass. He
oh,
gets a shot
Castiel
up onto
finds
Mash, who tries to rendezvous off to safety.
he's gonna get
Castiel,
pushed
this
down
is not
here.
look
Multiple players
Castiel.
coming in. Castiel finds another hit, taps him, but Punya with the superior weapon there will shut Castiel down, and they do get into match point. PJP looking to close out map number 1 against this squad from Mistwalkers, not feeling it right now. And if I'm not mistaken, this was their map pick, so not really feeling it. Look at Peter Pan's split, like the flicks here coming out onto Tipsy, as well as who was it? I think it was Tipsy and
It was onto
Kapumba.
Tipsy. It was onto Tipsy and Ekabumba. And I mean, Mistwalkers again feeling really. I feel like Mistwalkers are just lacking some of those mid-round communications when it comes to this retake.
Meanwhile,
But
Kapumba
Ekapumba,
again
though,
through the
again in
smoke.
heaven. Ekapumba in heaven with through the dark covers. This man, you can't push him. You have to try and get him off this angle because he's gonna get one somehow or the other. As he gets one, it's down to a 4v5, and Punya is stacked down to such a low amount of HP. Skra expecting a flank coming in from spawn. Of course, no one pushed up here on the side of Miss Walkers. Tipsy has 2 flashes. He's getting the 0 point charged up as well. The 0 point could come up huge as he gets Peter Pan. That's gonna be your smoke. She's completely nullified for the next 6 seconds. Mash has to do something up in mid. He has to try and do something up in mid. He has to make a play and to try and get his team a sort of an advantage. The pings come out from Athena. He spots the player, but it does not
And
go
a
down.
match
He
will
has to
TP
save
back
his life.
out.
30 seconds
They're going back
left.
into A here. This might be called out now. Yes, Kapumba was called out. We do have the teleportation coming out from Omen. He will TP here.
This
Kapumba needs to be
teleport
careful. Ooh.
Man, what is this teleport from Peter Pan? He gets it from the shuttle, but Ekapumba's there. Miss Tina gets one pony and Skra is able to trade out though. Ekapumba's still in
running out of
heaven.
time.
They have to get rid of Ekapumba.
10
10
seconds
seconds
left.
left.
They're running out of time. 20 HP left. 7 seconds. They will get the plant down.
Lino!
Last 3 players. Lino
Lino
gets
gets the
Scar and down.
And we are going into overtime. We are just going into overtime. And I couldn't ask for more. I couldn't ask for more from this quarterfinal 3. Both these teams have been so. It's. They've been capitalizing off each other's blunders so well. And I can't see any. I can't predict what's gonna happen this overtime. Like, Tara, what do you think? Which team do you think has the better chance?
I'm leaning towards PJP. I think they've been playing a way more solid game that Mistwalkers have. Mistwalkers, yes, they have been able to win these 1v1 aim duels, but other than that, I don't really see them making any set plays or anything of the sort. I think, again, this is due to the fact that I feel like they haven't played in some time as far as I know, and I feel like they're out of practice. Their aim seems to be on point, but in terms of set plays and playing as Valorant as a strategic shooter, I feel like they are lacking right now. And meanwhile, they are on the attack. Athena already dashing inside. Punya already finding Kapumba, kill on the Kapumba, and Punya is going to find the next as
Stop
well.
it! Stop it, Punya!
Athena,
I
will find
can't
Mash.
watch this. Punya
Athena finds another,
Athena
stepping up.
gets another Peter Pan. Athena quick, just rotations off with
Oh,
that
no.
cries that shot him down. Punya with the Odin again. This man is just ruining every single dream of Mr. Walker's. As it's down to Castiel in a 1v3. He does have the spike. He's gonna get a free plant off. If he's able to get himself into a good post-plant position, he might actually have a good chance of winning this. The drone gets invested up in mid as well. He does have the recon dart charged up. This recon dart is going to be huge with the amount of information it's going to get, but he only has 2 more charges for his hunters. Is he going to wrap through mid and go heaven? He does not have time for this. You do not have time for this, Castiel. With all 3 players coming up through heaven. Let's try and find a way to try and defend this spike plant. And
No
he's
way,
at
easy
just
AF with the
he's
wide peak onto him, and that is going to be 13-12, getting them back onto match point. PJP, like I said, they're just playing.
Switching
I
Match
feel like
point.
their aim is not as good as Miss Walker's, but I feel like they're just playing a better game in terms of the overall aspect of
there's all
Valorant, and they're
yeah.
just
They constantly have it's always a team game for them. They always peek off of each other. Punya is gonna peek off of Peter Pan's contact. Scry is gonna peek off of Izap's contact. And they always play together, and that's something that will, like when it comes to Ekapumba, for example, we've been complimenting him for his A side hold, but it's only been Ekapumba up in the A side heaven, and they're actually switching it up this time. They're actually putting Ekapumba in B side, although he has been having a lot of success up in the A side. Athena
yeah. I think
again up
probably just
in
trying
this.
to throw them off. Killjoy on A site has not been seen the entire time, so Lino going to be holding down A site this time around, and we have Kapumba at B side again. No real aggression here, a bit of a default coming out from PJP, looking for those information, looking to waste the utility on the side of Miss Walker before they do decide to go in. Meanwhile, Peter Pan does get tagged, so they have an idea that one player is going to be pushing through mid here. But again, no real aggress coming out from the side of PJP, waiting for that information to come through, waiting for the smokes to run out.
Again, I love what PJP is doing, and they're just slowing down the round. They're just cutting noise. They're waiting for Miss Walkers to make a mistake, and they're capitalizing off this lack of space. But the paranoia is huge. That's gonna push off Miss Athena completely off of the tree area. Punya gets the kill
Punya
off onto
finds
Lino.
one.
In the meantime, Castile is able to get the trade, but Mash is there with the counter trade, and the spike is gonna go down. Peter Pan is still holding Cat as he gets the pick onto Athena, gets the shrouded step off. Ekapumba gets the kill off from Punya, but Peter Pan's positioning is supreme. Tipsy just can't aggress off it. He has to try and get rid of this player up in.
Oh, lovely
Cat, but
molly
Peter
there.
Pan is gonna. He actually survives the fragment. 21 HP. He's actually quite a healthy amount of HP. The flash point doesn't get anything as well. And Mash from underneath heaven gets it. And that's gonna be PJP taking Ascent at 14-12 overtime. I mean, I
What
couldn't have asked
a
a
game.
better way. I could have asked a better way for that end, for the game to end. Because I mean, what you
Indeed.
saw is that both teams are not just capitalizing on each other's mistakes. Realize the moment Mistwalkers made a mistake, PJP were there to take advantage of it. The moment PJP made a mistake, Mistwalkers were there to take advantage of it. For example, you have PJP trying to push all 5 players out of A main, and you have Ekapumba in heaven punishing that. And on the side of PJP, you have Punya with the Odin waiting to punish the aggression that because you have Athena dashing into sight and her no one is following them. So once the dash comes back, once the push comes in, they're all scattered up, and Punya's there to punish them. And Punya has been farming with 29 kills, 16 deaths. This man, and on the side of Ekapumba as well, 26 and 16. But again, well played to Punya. The good use of all his guns. I mean, this man was amazing on Odin, Operator, Vandal, whatever gun that was in his hand, and the Guardian as well. We saw him pull up the Guardian. I mean. But yeah.
Definitely a standout performance coming out from Pune there. And again, it all came down to the fact that I feel like Mistwalkers were just out of form completely. Not in terms of mechanics, but in terms of gameplay, I feel like they were out of form. But having said that, let's take a look at the head-to-head. It is going to be between Kapumba and Punya. So Kapumba on that Omen and Punya on that Reyna from the side of PJP here. 29 kills to 27 on either side. Average combat score of 324 to the 284. 3 first bloods to Kapumba 6. Most of these 6 first bloods coming out from that B Haven area through the smokes. Was some insane stuff to see. And then a 2.13 KD for Kapumba, with Punya coming in with 2.06. So standout performance from the Reyna on Punya as well as Kapumba on that Omen. But having said that, we do have one more game to get into. Just before we do go in for a small break, I need to mention we do have the giveaway happening for everyone who is watching from home. Let's have the question on screen and a chance for you all to win some exciting gifts. So the question is, Which country does bridge originate from? Is it A, Spain, B, Sweden, C, Sri Lanka, and D, Singapore? Put your answer right now in the comments, and a winner will be selected at the end of the series, and you'll be able to win some exciting gifts. Having said that, we'll be taking a very short break. We'll be back with game number 2. Do not go anywhere. This is a quarterfinal match in the SLTMOBITEL Valorant Esports Rival. So we'll be right back, guys. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals Tournament quarter-final match between Mistwalkers and PJP. PJP taking a very intense game number 1 after some OT battle here. 15-13 was the end score. But we are going into game number 2 and it is going to be on Haven. And joining me as always is gonna be Might. So Might, what are your predictions for game number 2? Do you think Mistwalkers will be able to close out Haven, or do you think PJP will take a 2-0 here?
Well, it's Haven, and especially with the new patch, we see a lot of teams coming up with different compositions. We see teams running Neon, which is actually one of the best agents to run in here because of how quick the timings can be, how you can throw off your enemies off with the timings. You see teams running Brimstone as the single smoker. You can have him as one of the more stronger controls, powerful executes. You have teams that are running a Viper and Astra as a combination. So I really want to see, I mean, when it comes to Haven, you must have a SOA and a Sky at least. I feel like having a double initiative composition for Haven becomes one of the most important things. But again, I would love to see a Neon, although I don't think that we'll be seeing it today. But then again, whatever team that decides to go for a composition that is far based on defense, I feel like they would have an upper hand, especially because of the stall utility that they can come up with when it comes to holding A site and holding C site.
Indeed, but the question here is what they will be running. I mean, we did see a Yoru yesterday, so we might even see a Neon. But with that, we do have the giveaway. The question is on screen right now: which country does Bridge originate from? The answers are A, Spain; B, Sweden; C, Sri Lanka; and D, Singapore. Make sure to put your answer in the comment section, and one lucky winner will be walking away with some exciting gifts courtesy of SLTMOBITEL. Having said that, a massive shout out to them. 100,000 rupees in prize money on the line, as well as 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points for all those lovely skins on offer inside the game. So do check it. Do make sure that y'all are fighting for this amazing prize money available from SLTMOBITEL. And also need to give a shout out to the esports platform that they do have. I think all the players who have already registered for the tournament and played through the qualifiers have some idea about the platform. But if y'all haven't checked it out, the link is esports.slt.lk. and y'all can go check the site out. They do have a lot of in-game stuff that y'all can win from it. There are 3 types of premium memberships available for gamers as well, and then you can buy in-game currency depending on which game you play. They have for Valorant, PUBG, Free Fire, Steam gift cards, whatever you need, they have y'all covered. And with that, without any further delays, let's head on into game number 2. It's going to be Haven, Mistwalkers versus PJP. We are going into the agent select here. Mike, what are your thoughts with the agents being picked?
Interesting. Are they actually gonna run okay, they're running a double twist composition on the side of PJP. They're not changing compositions. They're trying to run the same composition that they ran in Ascent, trusting the process, trusting that that winning formula. On the side of Mistwalkers, though, the 4 players are locked in. They have the same agent. Is Tipsy gonna go for the breach? Of course, we saw him play KO. While I do think KO is a very strong agent, check breach combinations in Haven are very strong, and as I say that he's locking in breach. Now these are very different compositions are based on how they're going to be played. Of course, again we see Mistwalkers trying to go for a more defense heavy composition, because when I say defensive, it means you have aggressive defensive capabilities. You have the breach and the jet playing off of those A lobby control, playing the fault and the tailwind. Then you have the Omen playing alongside the Killjoy, using the paranoia and the Killjoy turret to those maximum effect. And you have the SOA on that. I would again. It's almost as if PJP and Mistwalkers are trying to counter-threat each other, because PJP has a double duelist composition that is just directly. They are to counter the defensive composition in Mistwalkers, but again, I would love for these 2 teams to play. They're not going away from their comfort zone. They're trying to play it slow, and they're trying to keep it slow and low. And again, Let's see, especially the Omen pick on both sides. I mean, I would have
Indeed.
loved to see a Brimstone, because Brimstone, I think, although he's like, you have to run up to the side to smoke the side, he's still one of the best agents in the game because of how much his team beacon has a lot of potential. But then again, we will see how the paranoia can be used. We saw Peter Pan using the shrouded step on Omen in Ascent to maximum effect. He was using this to get out of fragments, get out of utility, and again, we are going into heaven here.
Indeed, again, we do see Mistwalker starting off on the attack here. Haven't really aggressed onto a side. They are looking to hit A by the looks of it, and we do see Lino lurking on that killjoy. Let's have a look at how this pistol round comes into play. We do have EAF and Punya, both the two duelists on the side of PJP, holding down A side for the time being. We will have the owl drone go out from Castiel to get some information. We will clear out the close angles. EAF does get spotted out, and Punya in the meantime will put Athena down. Trade is going to be
Punya,
there.
a little too greedy there for the second kill. Pumba, though, is able to get the kill onto Izap. In the meantime, it's the A side's completely free as the shock dart completely misses the plant. Castiel gonna go for the recon dart. Just a spot. They actually spots out Scar, but that's gonna clear out a lot of angles for defenders, as well as Peter Pan in heaven trying to get the shots off, not able to hit anything. Castiel
One enemy remaining.
is able to get the kill off. It's out to Scry in a 1v3. Gets the first headshot on.
That's what gets to what?
It's down to 1v1. Leno stuck in a 1v1. The Killjoy versus the Sword. Did not Scry here Leno's shot?
I don't think he did. I don't think he did.
No idea. He has no idea. And he's just running away. This is so well played from Scrap.
I don't think he has the time.
Does he have time? Does he have time?
He does
This
not.
is going to be so close. It's going to be so close.
He
He
does
does
not.
not have time. Oh no, that is so well played there by Leno. I'm quite surprised that Scrap did not hear the ghost shots from Leno as he was running down shot. But anyway, he's able to capitalize off that. He gets 4 kills though. I mean, all his team had to do was get 1 more kill. But
And he's actually able to half buy into a Spectre, maybe? I thought you bought a Spectre there for a moment. I mean, 4 kills is a massive number to have on the pistol round. Normally, if you are on the winning side, you're able to buy up into a full rifle there. But with that, they are going to be on a couple of shorties and a couple of pistols. And a bit of a default coming out from the side of Mistwalkers here with their full buy coming out. They won't be losing any players. As I say that, the chamber has been, or rather Mash has been tagged down extremely low, sitting on a sliver of HP right now. Easy AF will spot out one. Kapumba, they're playing with Kapumba for the time being. Punya holding a very close angle with the shorty. Kapumba needs to be
shorty,
careful.
Punya, are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do this to Kapumba? I mean, he's looking at the wrong side as he gets. Kapumba was able to get the kill off onto Punya, but that's a 4v5. EasyF though. EasyF gets the kill off with Kapumba in mid in the meantime, but A side's free. They've taken control of A side. The Soa and the Jet here on the side of Mistwalkers as they waltz into A. Of course, they are gonna have to try and play for exits.
Oh,
Now
lovely shot from Lino.
Matt's not able to even fire a shot off with the headhunter. Now again, this is where the chamber should come in huge for the side of BJP, because I mean, we would see this in the next round. Easy if again gets a kill, but I mean, it's all about damage at this point. They've taken down 2 players. If they're able to tag down at least 2 more players on the side of Mistwalkers, that would be a win for them almost.
I don't like what they are doing, but Athena will go out, take out Easy AF, and Peter Pan will find the trade onto Athena. This is already horrible. They lost 3 players.
Yeah,
So unnecessary from the side of Mistwalkers.
From Mistwalker, like, I get it, you're confident, but I'm not sure whether that is the correct
No
play. Gets
way.
the fill off onto Castiel. They lose 4 players. I mean,
This is
Dipsy does
absolutely-
close out.
This is absolutely unnecessary coming out from Mistwalkers. They did not have to do this. They lost 4 players on their second round. Absolutely horrible situation for them to be in, and they are not going to be able to buy up. They'll be stuck with a bunch of Spectres. Maybe a couple of Spectres here coming out. 1 rifle in the hands of Kapumba and Sheriff in the hands of Castle. Not the situation you want to be in, but meanwhile we do have the full gun round coming out from PJP. Very unnecessary play they are coming out from Mistwalkers. I cannot believe they did that.
That's a nice recon that actually just gets information of the 2 players. I mean, Here's the sound of two Vandals popping out in mid here. Spots the Killjoy turret. Knows that the Killjoy is close by in mid. Mash here with the Chamber utility up in the B side. Now this is where Chamber becomes very powerful because of how he's just so mobile around the map of Haven, right? There are TPs that you can, there are rendezvous that you can set up from A short to garage, B to a Heaven. There are a lot of TPs that he can set up as the Chamber, but he's actually going to go for the passive, more passive setup. Tipsy spots out the Sova, not able to land the shots. Both of them whiffing pretty hard here, but that again, A side's completely free. Athena is gonna go all the way into Heaven. Mash. Reason being that he's holding this push, he's waiting for the push to come in. The breach,
Oh, the blind.
the flash is so good. The
Paranoia
dark,
as
oh, the
well.
paranoia. That has to be a free plan for the side of Mistwalkers unless Nash has something to say about it. He
Oh my
does,
God,
and
the
so does Peter
crossplay.
Pan. Athena though on the flank gets one, but Peter Pan is there to trade him out. Scrap and Punya here in the site alongside Peter Pan. Punya waiting for this push. Yes, read Ekapumba. Ekapumba wants to get this kill. Gets the kill off through the smoke. But Punya is down with the trade. It's down to the final player here. Lino gets completely blinded by the paranoia. Punya knows exactly where he is, and Punya is not going to give him any leeway whatsoever as they take the first round. This PJP on Haven. Again, Mistwalkers, they have to try and win out this map to get us to bind. I mean, but I feel like bind would be a really, really fun map to see. I mean, especially I'm confident we are going to see a brimstone, at least one brimstone in bind if we do go there. But for now, Mistwalkers, they have to close out this map. They have to try and avoid making blunders like they did in that second round if they are to get us to bind.
Indeed, and with that, we do have a really good round coming out from Mistwalkers. Even though they did lose the round, they managed to take out a couple of rifles from the hands of PJP. It was down to the last two players, so 3 rifles being taken out there. And they still don't have a full buy since they did lose so many Spectres in that second round. But having said that, the push is coming towards C Garage as well as C Main. Athena will take down Peter Pan. Athena maybe feeling it now.
The patience and Athena to just wait. He knew that there was going to be an omen somewhere close inside. Just holding an angle, waiting for that peak, and taking advantage of it immediately. The Rolling Thunder invested right off of the drone tag. Athena is able to get the kill onto Skra. This is looking flawless here from Mistwalkers as they execute so well. Easy AF gets the kill on Athena with the charge. A little too yes, but Cassidy is there in spawn to try and capitalize on that updrop, and that's gonna be the third rung over the side of Mistwalkers. Looking strong.
Indeed, right now, Mistwalkers are looking strong so far. It is one of their maps. I mean, Haven is one of their maps, so they are trying to capitalize on this. Lino does not have the money to buy up, but Kapumba can buy for him. I'm not sure what he is trying to. Even Tipsy here can buy up for him. It is going to be Kapumba buying up for Lino here. So it is going to be a full gun round this time around from Mistwalkers, whereas PJP is
are we going to see a 4-man mid push?
Yeah, but it's not going to work out. Easy AF.
With the blood.
Gets himself into a good
He's
position,
actually
but
down
to 50.
I don't that's exactly what I spotted as well. Like it's not the best of situations. I mean, Lino does have the killjoy lockdown as well, which could just completely shut off any sort of aggression if they're going to go for it in the post plant. Punya push not working out, but easy. Gets a headshot off onto Athena. Does he go for the dash? Does he go for the kiss? This does not. The paranoia is just perfectly placed here, but Tipsy gets taken down as takes down Peter Pan, and that's going to be the photo of Mistwalkers. They are looking like a different team here on Haven, and that's largely because of the composition difference. Right? They do not, apart from the chamber, they do not have any stall utility on the side of PJB to try and stop this aggression on the side of Mistwalkers. They have no information gathering except for that SOA, which becomes really hard because Haven, you have to control 3 sides on defense. You have to try and have that. You have to have the retake capability, and Reina is not an agent that offers a lot of retake capability unless you are able to tap heads consistently.
Yeah, right now they are absolutely feeling it. Let's see what they can capitalize on this. We have the operator coming out in the hands of Easy F right now. So no mid presence being shown right now by the side of Mistwalkers. They are trying to hit towards A side, and it is going to be Punya
That
as
outruns so a lot
oh,
of
the
information.
Hunter's Fury. Not really catching anyone out at all here. So this is a Hunter's Fury wasted completely. I don't think that was the play, but the operator might find a spike carrier here. And yes,
Yes,
it does
it-
find a
Spike down.
and mash with the trade onto Kapumba as well. That's 2 players down on the side of Mistwalkers, down to the last 3 here. And that's a tough position to be in. We do have Lino as well as Athena left to try and finish this round off.
Look at
But
look
how
at
much
position.
can they
Look,
do?
look at Peter Pan's position. He could just completely cut. He just heard everything. He knows that this is going to be an A hit. He heard Athena running down a shot. The 2 players in A side are just completely ready for this, but he says, yeah,
No!
just completely open. Skra not
30
shaking
seconds
his
left.
cross. Skra in backside, so he can go huge if he's able to get one. No, he's not. Punya is able to
Athena
get
gets the
one.
trade,
It's
though.
down to a 1v2 Athena here. Time to come up huge on the Jet. Has the Blade Storm charged up. He's gonna decide to use it. Actually, no, he misses the Cloud Burst.
Flag
Does he
coming from behind.
Does he expect? Does he expect the Omen? Does he expect the Omen? He does not. He has no idea where the Omen is. And Peter Pan takes advantage of this chaotic situation, pushes out of the dark cover, gets himself the frag. That's gonna be PJP getting the second round under their belt.
But definitely good stuff coming out here from the side of PJP, playing that to perfection. And with that, we do see, so on the good side for Mistwalkers is that Athena has been hitting his shots on Haven. And this is something that you want to see since they are running that single duelist competition. They want their Jet to be firing on all cylinders. And Athena is delivering right now, top fragging for his team right now. Hopefully he can convert and carry his team to victory here. We'll have to wait and see. And both the Jets at this point, first game on Sen did not look like a good Jet game for both the players, but this time around it's a different story altogether. Meanwhile, Easy AF pushing forward through Garage, not going to be finding a shot here at all, but the push is going to be coming towards the C side by the looks of it. We do have some C main presence as well as some mid presence coming up from the side of Mistwalkers.
This drone is going to be huge. If this drone is able to tag at least one player, this is going to get a lot of information. It spots all 3 players. That's a huge drone, and
the
Easy
warband.
is able to get the kill off of the 2. Straight on to Castile. That is such a huge team play. The playing off of each other's utility. That is so well done. And look at what has done. Pune has pushed up A long, and he has A completely covered. There is no way they're getting into A without giving him inclination. They know that this is going to be a P push because they have a Kapumba right up in the back of C, waiting for a push. And AF is spamming through the smoke, not letting anyone come through. The push has come up through Garage. 3 players stuck in. Here, Scry with his Spectre, all he has to do is just breathe on Tipsy, and Tipsy is dead. And Smash on site is gonna get to Lino is in Garage as
Oh,
well.
Lino though, Lino working some magic here, finds 2 kills. He is looking for more, but the crossfire is set up, and Mash will
Magic
close
just
it
runs
out,
out,
bringing
and
the score down.
it's 3 rounds for the side of PJP. Again, so well played. Just that sword drone up in mid was completely invaluable for the side of PJP. They just got a lot of information off of that, and then just playing off it completely well and holding angers that just it's PJP realizing what their strength is. They realize that their strength is in aggression, in the defensive aggression, because they have players, their composition does not favor them to be sitting inside, and they're taking advantage of that very same mentality as they just, you know, they're being aggressive, especially when they want to take map control. And immediately off of the sewer drone, I beg your pardon, the sewer recon dart, immediate rotations come in for the side of PJP. They're like, you know, they're going to try and hold this side together because it's a little too hard. The attack lockdown gets placed, but this does not stop Easy Air from being up in heaven. Now look at this positioning by Punia. This is just such a huge position. The page flash to just gets him opposite side as he gets blinded.
Athena whiff an entire Blade Storm on her target there.
Okay.
I am pretty sure he whiffed the entire Blade Storm. But having said that, they do get the pick off onto him, and they will get the plant down. And Athena in a little bit of trouble here. The fault line will stun Mash up for a while, and he is not going to be able to TP out. And Lino will take out Mash here. And now the Hunter Shooter coming through from Castile as well. It's a 3v5 for the retake. Easy AF with the operator trying to peek through. Paranoia will go out. He gets blinded up and he's down to 13 HP. Is he able to get out? No, he's not. And Athena and Tipsy Daddy to close the round out, making it a 5-3 right now, and a solid round coming out from Mistwalkers. They did have to commit the lockdown from Lino, but they do still have the rolling thunder for this round, so they are going to be able to still take control of one side, and this is going to be putting PJP on a very weird buy here. They have to half buy here. They cannot go in for a full buy, so it's going to be a Stinger on one hand, a Bucky, a Sheriff, you know, and
Mash is going to go for the 24s. Mash is going to go for the 24s.
And a shotty in the hands of Easy AF. They are trying to go in here through garage. They're again playing for this mid control every time. So what I've read from the side of Mistwalkers is every time the opponents are on a bit of a weird buy, they play for this mid control. Now going through garage, a little bit of tags coming through. We do have Scar getting tagged down a little bit. Now the rolling thunder is going to be used into the seaside. They are going to be rushing in so many players, but the 24 taking down one. But the trades are going to come through. Scar will find the headshot to Athena, and the trades are going to be there from Kapumba. And 3v2 as the dust settles here. Peter Pan with the classic finding of one, the shrouded step coming through. Where did he shrouded step to? That is going to be the question.
Into the dark cover. He just went into the dark cover. It's like, where did the woman go? He was right here. But it's just again, Peter Pan. Peter Pan's omen utility has been on point. How he's been using those teleports, but it is going to be a retake setup now. Lino gonna invest the Nano Swarm. That's gonna push these people off of the garage window. Interesting dark cover here.
Oh.
From the shadows invested, it spots out one player. Does it? I don't think it spotted out Lino. They know where
even otherwise they have a fair idea of where Lino is at. Oh, lovely shots coming out from Castile down to the last man. Peter Pan in a 1v2. Can he close this out? No shrouded step available for him anymore. And Castile does not miss. He will close the round out, getting them into 6-3, and another solid round coming out from Mistwalkers. It felt like it was a bit chaotic at one point, especially with the 24s doing a little bit of damage, as well as then Scar finding that headshot onto Athena. Some really huge plays coming out from a save round, but nevertheless, Mistwalkers does have money to buy up for days right now. They are booming in terms of economy, and they will have money. Even if they lose, they will have money for the next few rounds.
Yeah, that is very true. Now, what do they do from here on? Because they seem to be having quite a hard time with this PJP in trying to stop this mid aggression from the side of Mistwalkers. What? And Punya gets taken down immediately. Picking off a way long now. It's down to the final. It's down to the only player up in A side, Easy AF. Up here to try and defend this side. Oh, he's gonna get flashed off. He's gonna have to run for his life.
Athena will find Mash. Easy AF still inside the side. Needs to be careful. The shock darts will push him off of that. Takes a little bit of damage. They are holding this crossfire to perfection, and Easy AF is going to back off for the time being as the smoke is going to run out.
That aftershock's brilliant. That aftershock just completely stops the push coming in from CT. They're gonna have to try and.
There's so much of delay here coming out from Tipsy.
Yeah, I feel like this has to be a save at this point, because this is not looking too good for the side of Team PJP. They have to try and save these guns. ACF actually gets secured onto Athena. They are
perfect Kapumba, the crossfire. Crossfire is absolutely perfect coming out from Kapumba, as well as Tipsy there, and they have bought enough time, and it is going to force the Omen to try and save here. Yeah, he will be able to save his rifle, but that's going to be all she wrote, as the scoreline goes to 7-3 going to the last two rounds before the half, and Mistwalkers are absolutely feeling it on Haven right now.
That is just, yeah. I mean, Easy AF has his Blade Storm charged up for this round, but I mean, Scra on a Spectre, Punya on a Vandal without armor. It's not looking too right there. Like a PJP again. Punya getting only on the bottom of the scoreboard. I feel like that is quite a bit of a reason for PJP's lack of success here on Haven,
Oh,
because I
look
mean
at this
Punya
push
was
though. Look
there.
at this push. PJP pushing through mid. That's complete mid control taken by PJP, but they have no idea where the push is coming through. And Mistwalkers have no idea that this is happening. They have complete seaside control now. But we have Punya pushing forward. He will get one Kapumba for the straight on to Punya. And they will get the spike down here. Still waiting for it. There are two players coming up in the flank. We do have alarm bot to try and spot this out. And they do have an idea that this is happening. Lino and EZF. EZF gets spotted out.
Oh,
EZF
easy,
with the
that's
blade
huge
from
shot.
Find one, finds the second one. No, he does not. Kapumba with two quick kills onto Scar, as well as EZF mashed with the trade onto Tipsy, but Athena Athena as well as oh sorry, they do see Peter Pan here. Peter Pan in a little bit of trouble here, down to very low HP, and this is going to be a tough one for him. He might be forced to save yet again. Oh, faking the shrouded step.
Peter Pan again not falling for this. He's actually gonna try and save this gun, because I mean at this point it's just undoable. He's very low his health, and he has to try and save these guns. I mean, at least to pays a little bit of economic to his team, but they are gonna have to try and stop at this 8-3. I mean 8-4 at least would be a
Last
good
round
enough
in the
score
half.
on their defense, but then again the 9-3, I feel like it's gonna be pretty hard for the side of PJP to try and get to 4, because of, I mean, look at this buy. I mean, Peter Pan has nothing on him. He's just gonna go for the charge. He dropped his Phantom to, I think he's dropped it to Skra.
Yeah. And I mean, they did have the right idea in trying to do something different there with that complete mid push coming out. But for a change there, Mistwalkers were not playing for mid control, and that's just unfortunate for the side of PJP. But right now, another default coming out, a default defense at least coming out from PJP, where they are playing it a little bit more passive. Tipsy here will spot a match spamming through with that Ares, not going to be able to find any sort of damage so far. And we do have Peter Pan pushing up C long, so there's complete information that there is no one up at C long. We have the Hunter's Fury being committed.
Okay. Oh my god, he saw where the smoke came from. He saw where the dark cover came from, but Peter Pan has the better gun. This is the judge. I mean,
is it though? Oh, he tried to go for the...
Oh, he's trying to go for the gun.
Right idea in mind.
Oh, Scar with the push. And now he gets traded out, but again trades up this A lobby area. People falling left, right, and center. 6 people.
But Lino has got himself into a very good position. But EZF, the timing is off.
And it's down to the final play of Tipsy, and Tipsy actually has his Rolling Thunder up in his pocket as well if he decides to use it on his post plant. I don't think he wants to use it at the start before planting. Pretty sure he wants to save it for his post plant. I mean, he has to have a good idea that these two players are probably in garage area, but he gets no opportunity to do anything as Punya shuts him down with that Phantom 8-4 half, converting that bit of a broken buy to a round. It's down to the side of PJP here against the defensive composition of Mistwalkers to try and capitalize, try and get 8
what
more
I'm
rounds.
going to love to see is how Tipsy, Daddy, as well as Athena plays. I have seen these two players play on Haven before, and they do have these set plays that they make, and I want to absolutely watch the perspective of these two players trying to make some plays here, because they have done it before. I have seen them do it before, and like you said, I think during the drafting phase of the agents also, the combinations of Jet and Breach are really good on Haven. We'll have to wait and see how they pull it off though. And meanwhile, Athena is going to be pushing through a shot here, and the fault line, look at the fault line coming through. Athena is able to get himself into a good position, but they have an idea that this is happening. He spots out one, he still has a dash to get out, and he will be able to dash out. So this information gathered as to where the push is going to come through. He at least spotted out 3 heroes there, but the push is going to be coming through completely through a shot here. Shock darts will go out, trying to delay the push as much as possible. The dark cover is also going to stop EZF coming into the side.
Oh no, Castil! Little too overzealous there with his push into the dark cover. His
But
utility
mid is a
off.
different story altogether. Lino and Mash having a battle of their own, and Lino down to 10 HP is going to be able to back off here. But playing with fire right now, and the push is going to be going towards the seaside. But Kapumba is going to be ready for this push coming in. The Paranoia going to delay it a little bit. Another. Kapumba finds one. He's not going to be able to second, but Peter Pan will find Lino in the meantime, and easy AF with the trade onto Kapumba. They will get the plant down, and it's now down to a 3v3 for the retake. They really need this round to come back into this game. PJP looking for a conversion here after this spike plant. Let's see whether they can make it. Oh, they already found Athena.
Oh no!
But Castile and Tipsy Daddy making it work yet again, down to the last man, and Tipsy Daddy clutching out.
That's a beautiful retake from both players as they just speak off each other, understanding that the SO was low, understand the SO was blinded. Tipsy Daddy peeks off him so that the player in long, I think it was Peter Pan. Although the player on side was paranoid, Peter Pan could aggress and get the kill onto him. Why Tipsy Daddy was not letting him come in because of those spot shots from backside. That's just amazing team play, saving his teammate and clutching the round. I mean, that's the pistol on Ross for the side of PJP. This is going to be pretty hard for them to come back from. They're going to have to try and make a decision. Yeah, are they going to give up this round, or they're actually going to go for a save here again? Not something that don't disagree with.
But the thing is, they are so far behind. I would have liked to see a force play coming out from the side of a PJP, but it is going to be a bit of a default coming out from them. Meanwhile, with that alarm bot, Tipsy Daddy will check out Mash. Tipsy Daddy has been playing so well alongside Athena here. The combination of these two players have been really good on this map. Let's see how much more work can he do on this round. Already a weapon taken out. Meanwhile, we do see Kapumba have got tagged down low, but there is a bit of a crossfire setup. They will break the clear here. Kapumba as well as Lino is watching for this, and Kapumba will take out Punya here. There's two players down, no real damage being done so far from the side of PJP. Easy AF down to 34 HP. The shock darts are pushing him back, and the recon is going to spot him out as well. He's going to get spotted out, and Lino is going to be pushing him. Just playing with fire. Lino obviously not wanting to lose any more weapons here, and he will take him down. Meanwhile, Athena finds Scar on the other side of the map, and down to Peter Pan in a 1v5, and he is gonna get molded down. And the shock dart finally getting the kill, with the team edge coming out from Miss Walker's, converting the bonus or the buy round here and going into the bonus with full weaponry basically, and it's 10-4 right now. Again, Tipsy Daddy, Kapumba, Athena stepping up to the board here, closing things out for the side of Mist Walkers.
That indeed they are doing it. He's just Tipsy Daddy is just playing out of his mind. You can see the clear difference that he has on his on the KO and the breach. I mean, he seems a lot more comfortable using his utility on the breach with that fault line and using that flashes to maximum capability. Castile gets himself into a long here using that recon dart. Interesting play by him, but Tipsy spots his three players. He actually just waits for the proper timing, gets the kill up onto the jet. Lino gets a kill onto Peter Pan. In the meantime, Skra though does not allow Lino to get out of their scot-free.
It's so good, the damage already, because we do have Peter Pan, Kapumba down to low HP, but still it's a 3v4 already. So if they can find at least one more, because this is the full buy coming out from PJP, so rifles recovered is going to be the objective for Miss Walkers here. Put the pressure on to PJP to play these weird buys going into this next round. But right now, things have slowed down for the time being. We have Scar outside outside garage with the spike in hand. The push is going to be going towards mid, and Mash will find the kill onto Athena here. So now it is down to a 3v3, maybe a 3v2, because Kapumba is like on no HP at all right now. Probably 10 HP if I'm not mistaken.
30 seconds
But again,
this forward position. This forward position by Castile is just completely ruining every possibility for them.
He spots it out. The recon dart gets broken. The shock dart doing a little bit of damage. Castile finds one. Castile finds two. Castile holding it down, and down to the last man. Mash in a 1v2.
Okay.
Hello. Goes through the no chance. absolutely no chance, and they close it out, and that's the buy round faltering on the side of PJP in all sorts of trouble. Different team that we are seeing from Miss Walkers on the second map here.
I mean, they do look a lot more comfortable here on Haven. It's. I mean, it's not just Athena waking up. It's how well Tipster is using his utility on that breach, and that's something I'm very impressed in. How I mean, I talked about how he's gonna be used, how he's probably gonna try and combo utility alongside Athena. I mean, he just looks so much better on his own as well, and that's just something really cool. You have a breach who's just okay. What's going on here?
Playing around a little bit. Meanwhile, just a little bit of a gunplay here, and mind you, they still have the weapons here. And oh, Lino doing a little bit of damage there on to Peter Pan. I think it was and meanwhile, Shadow Step going to be committed here because he was falling down low. In the meantime, Tipsy Daddy will take out EZF. Lino with the kill on to Mash as well. Two players already down. A martial fight happening at C long here between Scar as well as Athena here. Bit of a fight. Athena is going to peek and he's going to get headshot by Peter Pan.
Completely annihilates Athena's head, but they're gonna aggress off it. They're gonna aggress off with the split. They want to get into side. They want to get the plant off. They're gonna try and recover that Phantom that's on the ground. Okay, Tipsy, a little too close to that stray shot here. He gets the shot off. But Kapumba. Yeah, he's like, you know what? I am the Omen here. You're not getting any spotlight. Any points? They've taken 12 rounds here. Has missed Walkers. They're looking good. 4-12. And I mean,
definitely a stand-up performance coming out from Miss Walkers on this second map, but not the same team that we saw on Ascent. Probably I feel like they were out of touch, and it just took them one game to get back into sync. Maybe they will be able to close this out as a 2-1. We'll have to wait and see how well PJP does on the second map, because I don't see them coming back in this. I mean, a 12-4 comeback would be one of the greatest comebacks in Sri Lankan Valorant if we have seen any. Meanwhile, Lino is stuck in the side. Rolling Thunder going to be used, stopping this push. EZF going to get taken down. That's so unfortunate. And Lino is going to find another Paranoia. He's going to blind him for the time being, but this is the entire push coming out from PJP.
And look at Athena. Look at Athena. Look at Athena's precision. That is that's gonna be so hard for the side of PJP to defend this. This is too painful to watch. Athena gets taken down. Skra left in a 1v4, and all he can do is get taken out at the hand of players on the side of Miss Walkers. The Blast X Phantom wrapping them up and sending them back into bind here as we complete map 2 and Miss Walkers take the lead. I mean, take the lead of the, not of the series, but at least take the leads when it comes to momentum. Yeah.
Indeed, because PJP is going to be reeling after that. I mean, they took such a close game on Ascent. Yes, it was close, but Mistwalkers did not seem to be in sync. But the gameplay here on Haven, it shows what they are capable of. It looked like they were a more coordinated team from coming out from Ascent. But Bind is going to be different. It's a different map. It's a different... you have to take it as a different match completely, not in the same series even. You need to reset your minds, get back into this game, because PJP is going to be coming out all guns blazing to try and take this home. Because Mistwalkers obviously are one of the top teams in the country right now. PJP are coming out new here. They have made themselves known here, getting into the top 8 in this tournament. So they are looking to make a statement here. Whether they will be able to do it on Bind is going to be the question. But look at the scoreboard. Tipsy Daddy on that bridge. Absolutely standout performance. Kapumba, Lino, Castiel, Latina all stepping up to the board on this match and just closing things out in a very convincing fashion. 13-4 was the score at the end. And I want to go back to what you said about the Reina Punya just really not having any sort of momentum in this map. And as a Reina, if you don't have momentum, if you're not hitting those shots, if you're not getting those kills, you tend to fall off because your utility is not that great for the team. I mean, yeah, you do have 2 blinds, but other than that, those 2 blinds can immediately be broken. The Leah can immediately be shot down, so the blind is not as effective. So I feel like having that Reina pick just really dented them a little bit there. But
I feel like when going to Bind, I really wish that they just switch up the Jet and go for a Raze and a Jet play instead of going for a Reina and a Jet play if they're going to go for the double duelist composition, because I feel like that might be a lot beneficial, especially on a map like Bind where you have a lot of plays coming up. And I mean, I would love to see Athena switching on to a Raze in bind. I'd like to
Not
hope
gonna
he
happen, man.
would.
No, not gonna happen. That is never going to happen. Let's talk about something that will happen. That is going to be the giveaway that is happening. One lucky winner for the giveaway will be walking away with some goodies courtesy of SLTMOBITEL. Let's have the question on screen. For the giveaway. So the question is, which country does bridge originate from? We saw amazing bridge right now. So I hopefully you guys have done your studies. Is it A, Spain? Is it B, Sweden? Is it C, Sri Lanka? Or is it D, Singapore? Where does bridge originate from? That is the question. Put your answer in the comment section right now and stand a chance to walk away with some goodies courtesy of SLTMOBITEL Esports. And of course, having said that, massive shout out to SLTMOBITEL Esports for the platform that they have created for the gamers. Do check it out at the link in the description, or the link if you all want to write it down or type it in right now. It's esports.slt.lk. You all can check it out. There is so much for the gamers in terms of awards that have been given away for your gameplay, as well as some subscription memberships which give you all a lot of benefits as well, and their own store where you can buy Valorant VP as well as PUBG Mobile UC and Free Fire Diamonds and Riot RP, as well as Steam gift cards and so much more. It is integrated with all the current esports titles that are inside the country, so do check it out. They have been absolutely amazing, and not forgetting the 100,000 prize pool that they have put up for the tournament on top of the 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points that are on offer for the teams taking part. So absolutely amazing stuff coming out from SLT Mobitel. But with that, we'll be heading into a short break before we get into game number 3. So do stay tuned. We'll be right back after this very, very short break, guys. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are joining us live for the SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals Tournament, and it is a quarterfinal match between Mistwalkers and PJP, which has gone the distance. We are just about to head into the game number 3, and as always, joining me is going to be Might. Might, the game is on bind. Where is your header? Do you think Mistwalkers, with that dominant performance on Haven, can close this out, or do you think PJP still has a chance here?
I honestly don't know. I feel like both these teams have done so well on their map picks. PJP, they look really good, especially off of the aggression of Punya on Ascent. They were doing so well on Haven. They didn't look as well, but Mistwalker, they certainly decided to wake up, especially Tipsy. And I mean, on his breach, he was having a field day on Haven. I honestly cannot predict what's going to happen on bind, but of course Mistwalkers having that momentum going to the third map, I feel like they will have a little bit more of an upper hand. And of course we've seen that PJP has a tendency to run double duelist compositions on bind. I feel like bind is probably the only map where a double duelist composition may work out in comparison to other maps when it comes to strategic use of strategies in rotations. But of course we are going to have to wait and see how they are going to play these compositions, how they're going to play this game. Again, I'd love to see Brimstone in this compositions. I'm praying to see a Brimstone instead of an Omen, but then again we'll see what these two teams are going to do. I honestly can't pinpoint which team will win, because I feel like both these teams have a very good chance. Although I would like to lean towards Mistwalkers again because of the momentum they got to Haven.
Indeed. And with that, of course, again, a reminder, guys, to everyone watching, we do have the giveaway happening. You'll just have to answer a very simple question, which is going to be on screen right now. Which country does breach originate from? The answers are A, Spain, B, Sweden, C, Sri Lanka, and D, Singapore. All you have to do is put your answer in the comment section, and at the end of this match, we'll be selecting the winner, who is going to be walking away with some goodies courtesy of SLTMOBITEL Esports. And of course, just before we get into game number 3, we do have the head-to-head between the two top players from the previous game. Let's take a look at the head-to-head between the two top fraggers from game number 2 of Haven, between Mistwalkers as well as PJP. And the head-to-head is going to be between Tipsy, the breach main for the side of Mistwalkers. 18 kills under his belt with a KD of 2.7 and 5 first blood. What an insane performance coming out from him. And of course, the Jet from PJP stepping up to the plate here with 11 kills under his belt and 3 kills and a KD of 1. So the important thing here is, if they are going to be running the double duelists on the side of PJP, both of them need to be fragging out to be able to put the fight to PJP. But right now the score stands at 1 each between these two teams in this Bo3 series. So the deciding map on bind is going to decide which team will be going forward into the semi-finals, and that much closer to taking away the entire tournament. But without any further delays, let's head on over to the agent select of bind, and let's see whether Mike's predictions will hold true, whether PJP will run the double duelist, whether we will see a Brimstone already Castile hovering over the Brimstone.
Wait, Ekapumba, I see Ekapumba hovering on Raze. What are you doing to me, Dad? What are you? Oh, he's gonna get the Raze. This man, he was playing Omen on both times. He goes for the Raze. What a switch up there. And the Soa main on Castile. He has to go for the Brimstone.
And Athena,
have we got the chamber? Are we gonna see this guy playing a different agent for the first time in the history of Pro Valorant in Sri Lanka? Like,
I mean, yes, for sure. I mean, Athena has not played a single other agent for the entirety of his competitive career, and this might be a highlight for the entire tournament, where he brings out his pocket chamber, as we would have to call it, because it's the first time he's bringing this agent out if he does pick it. But we might see a double controller.
Punya's going for the chamber on the other side, and Isaf is on the Raze. Again, this is why I said bind is a map where you're going to have to make changes on how you're running the composition, and they are doing exactly that. Tipsy, what is he going to lock in? Is he going to go for the Soa or the Sky? Soa, he's gonna lock in the Soa. Athena, you are teasing us a little too much, man. He's gonna go for the chamber. What is this switch up? I am so I can't wait for their normal controller player. He's on the Raze, and you have Athena on the Sentinel. I mean, I'm just so flabbergasted. I'm loving what I'm seeing. This I can't wait to see how they're gonna play this.
Double controller lineup, yeah.
Outside the PJP as well, they have Omen and Viper. That's such an interesting concept to think about because they are running a chamber and a raise as well. I want to know whether they're going to use this expression because of course when you're playing Omen, you have to be fast on executes. Unlike Brimstone, where you can take your time because the Brimstone lasts for 23 seconds, while an Omen smoke lasts only for 15 seconds. You have to use those times to advantage. And of course, I mean, you have the steam beacon on the Brimstone. I mean, there's just so much I can go on about these compositions, but I just can't wait to see these switch up with these agents. It's making me really happy.
Indeed, and of course, we are going to be seeing a similar type of composition. To be fair, two chambers on either side, double controller lineup coming up, and the single duelist being the Raze. I mean, there has to be the Raze on this map, and that's exactly what they are going to be running. The control, I mean, the initiator being the same with the Sova being picked up on Scar as well as Tipsy Daddy, but the biggest switch up is, I think, on the side of Mistwalkers, where they have changed out their playstyle completely with Athena switching out from the Jet, Kapumba switching out from his Omen. So completely different lineup coming on from either side, but it is going to be Mistwalkers on the attack to start things off. Kapumba, Kapumba taking a little bit of damage here, but he's going to be alive at least for the time being. No healers to keep them healthy here. So it is going to be a B hit for the most part, with only Lino lurking all the way at a shot here. But Athena will pick up
Smokers,
the
they've
orb.
actually taken control. They actually have control of Hookah. They have no issues whatsoever when it comes to Hookah. They have all control of it now. Athena here on the chamber has his rendezvous set up. Kapumba's gonna try and go in using the sashes. He actually makes his way. He gets the kiss. He's 6 HP. He gets the kill off onto Mash. Mash has no idea what is going on. This man has been playing chamber for both months. He goes on to the Omen, and it's I don't know. It looks very weird to me to think about it. Kapumba on 6 HP. He has one blast pack remaining as well. Punya gets the kill onto Lino. Athena though is able to trade out the better chamber here as oh my god, it's a firing squad down up right outside the choke point of the Brimstone smoke. But that's gonna be Mistwalkers walking out of that pistol round looking good, looking heavy, looking a lot better than what they did on that first map. It's Ekapumba again off the race, satchering out onto side. I love to say it.
Indeed, and of course, I feel like we might have a banger of a game in our hands here. I feel like it's just too early to call that Mistwalkers will try to run away with this. I feel like we might have some counter strikes coming out from PJP, especially since both squads are running the same lineup. And again, they are going to be pushing forward. Mash is going to get spotted out. The Shroud Step going to be used, and he is going to get run down. He will get taken down. That's two heroes falling on the side of PJP. This complete side control being taken by the side of Mistwalkers, and the plant will go down. And they have lost absolutely nothing for this entry here, and they've got to be feeling good about this. Now it's a matter of holding on to those SMGs that they have purchased and making sure that they do not lose anything in terms of a retake here. Hopefully they won't. We'll have to wait and see how this all comes together. Castile on top of the boxes here. He is spamming into the smoke. And Athena finds another. Athena finds another.
Let's
two quick
go.
kills.
Athena is on one on the chamber here. We have one player running around in spawn. Athena is waiting for the kill. Try and get that. He's inside the smoke, and Athena gets the third on the round under his belt. Charging up for that 24 quite early is Athena. I mean, of course, is probably one of the strongest ultimates in the game right now. Right after that, right on the showstopper and the orbital strike. And Athena is just having a good game. He's just having a really good game, and you can see this man is confident. He looks a lot more confident than what I expected him to be on chamber, because I mean he's jumping around, he's using the rendezvous, he's using the trademarks, and then that's really nice to see.
Indeed, and now the first full buy round coming out from PJP, and this time around it seems to be a bit of a default coming out from the side of Mistwalkers here. They are running into a full set of rifles on the other side, so they are looking for damage here. They are not looking for too much. Peter Pan actually bringing out the Odin here. And,
Okay.
Kapumba does get spotted here. He knows that he's in top of the boxes. He will drop down. Again, no real aggress here. A little bit of damage been taken by Peter Pan. He's trying to spam through the pain shells. He's going to be forcing him off position here, down to 71 HP. But at the same time, Kapumba has taken a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, on another note, EasyAF has managed to take out the Brimstone on the other side. So That is Lino, I think that was sorry, that was
That was
Kapumba being
Casti. It's
taken now.
Casti. It's
Sorry, Castile.
Casti. It's I know it confuses me as well to say that Ekapumba is on the race.
So weird having Kapumba on a duelist than a controller. But having said that, it looks like the hit is going to be towards this A site here. Huddled up outside of A shot is Mistwalkers looking for an entry, but a nice crossfire being set up by EasyF as well as Mash.
They took
Lino
this
gets
corner. They
spotted
don't
out,
check
takes
the
one, takes
corner.
two. EasyF managed to take two, and Punya with the last two kills will close things out. The only rifle being lost, they only lose one rifle for that engagement, and that was EasyF on the race losing his rifle, and they are going to be quite happy with that, converting their buy into a round victory here.
That they are now the problem here that Mistwalkers are going to have to run into is that they are going to have to play around this wipe utility on the side of PJP, right? Because it seems as because BJP is using the Viper as a sentinel in themselves, because they are trying to have the chamber take control of the A and Viper take control of the B side, and that's not really a good position for. Okay, Punya with the TP right onto the B side. That's a good setup. I mean, not the best of not the most quick setups. You
So
not the most flexible setups, but of course it's very useful when you want those quick rotations. But Izef is gonna stall out the push coming in from A shot as Punya gets a headshot onto Ekapumba. Again, Ekapumba here on the race, trying to take hookah control on his own. Not really having that luxury because of the Brimstone not being able to smoke for his team unless he is up close onto the side. But
Punya did manage to get a lot of information. He spotted out two people at B long there, so they know that only one player may be at A, but the stack eats towards A site, and the smokes will go down all the way in B. A little bit of damage being done to Punya, spam through the smoke, but Castle and Tipsy Daddy both outside of B main here. No real entry being made.
Look at Athena's position. Athena has the 2d4s and he is all the way up in a shot. Gets completely nullified here as he gets paranoid and taken out by the Raze and the Omen. But Peter Pan and the Odin, he is going to spam out Castle and he's going to get the spam onto Tipsy. That is just so depressing to watch if you are a Mistwalkers fan. He's just holding mouse one and Tipsy tries to time him and peek off of the bullet spray, but not working out as he just gets completely mowed down as well.
Indeed, and with that, the buy round for Mistwalker is just falling apart. They are going to be forced into a very weird buy here. Athena is the only one who is going to be buying into a Spectre, with Kapumba with a half shield Spectre and a couple of half shield Spectres coming out here. But nevertheless, it's a very broken buy coming out from Mistwalkers going into this round, whereas we do have a full rifle squad on the side of PJP. Let's see how they aggress off of it. Meanwhile, we do have a 3-man stack coming in towards Hookah with two players all the way at B long here. How much of damage can they do? We do have Lino with the lineup for that Viper's orb, and they are looking to go in now. Pincher's doing a little bit of damage here. Kapumba and Athena both being molded down by the Odin and the Castile. Will find one kill.
Okay, Castle to escape the recon dart. The recon dart was all over him, unable to get off of it as Tipsy is not able to get the shots off in time as Cry is able to get the fire kill onto him. That's 3 rounds. PJP taking the lead here on Bind as they go up 3-2. Again, the Odin on the side of Peter Pan, I don't think Mistwalkers seem to have a proper answer to this Odin because it seems to be just ripping apart their ranks.
I mean,
left,
everyone
center.
knows how to counter an Odin, right? Like, especially on a map like this, it's not too hard. It's just you cannot panic when you run into an Odin. And what happens is, yeah, how good of a player you are. Every time you see or hear an Odin rip off, like it is so distracting. But meanwhile, we have the duo force coming out from the side of BJP here, pushing forward. Lino will take down EZF. EZF just getting absolutely molded down there, and Mash meanwhile will find the kill. Does have the paranoia, he uses it, not going to find anyone with it though. Still the push is coming towards his A side. We have showers control from Athena as well as Castile, I think, on that. Is it Castile? No, sorry, wait, who is playing the SOA right now?
It's tipsy. Tipsy.
It's tipsy.
No, wait,
It's
it's not
tipsy playing
tipsy.
this over.
It's tipsy
It
playing
is
this over.
tipsy.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
I mean,
Odin is ripping into showers here. Lino tagged down low. They
okay,
will get
Athena
the
gets the
Odin
shot
player.
off, but that's they do have the ace. I mean, it's gonna be they're gonna have to try and fight their way through
They
into
have
the
the
A side
numbers.
because
Athena
I
is
mean,
pushing forward very aggressively here. He might find a kill here. The Molly is
ooh,
going to
mash,
delay
mash,
things.
mash,
Mash is going to
mash
push
will
out.
come up huge, but he gets taken
Takes
down.
out
Skra though gets taken out, takes out Athena. Skra up in heaven alongside Punya, who's gonna push him from CT right now. He's putting, he does have the tour de force here. Does Punya? I mean, could come up huge if he's able to find at least one player, get to fight isolated onto one. And he gets the
Whoa.
fight onto Tipsy, but Lino is there right close by him. Does Scratch check this out? Well, he does. It's not the one player. It's not for 1v1. It's the Viper versus the Soa. 52 HP versus 52 HP. He's trying to stick the defuse. He has no fear. Lino 932 HP. He has to try and go for this peak because he does not know whether the spike is off or not. He has to go for the quick peak here. No, the spike is diffused. The clutch comes in. Lino banking a little too hard on Scar's indecisiveness, but Scar is not indecisive. He just went for the half, understanding that Lino is also low. Probably the comms came in that Lino was pretty low, so understand that Lino is not gonna be too excited to go for the quick peek, and he does get his way with him, and that's gonna be the 4th round for the side of PJP.
And guess who has the operator in hand this time? I think I saw it on the hands of Punya. So Punya switching in from Vandal to an Odin to operator by the looks of it now. Meanwhile, Recon Bolt are getting a little bit of information. Scar finding some information all the way at A shot. The Recon drone is going to get a lot of information at Showers as well, because Miss Daddy as well as Athena both are spotted out.
Oh
and,
no, the showstopper and the
boots.
dip he escapes. He gets out of it. That is the chamber. This is why people love playing chamber. This showstopper is completely gone to waste, and he gets taken out as well because Azap has to reaggress there because he has no control of the area. The showstopper was of no use, and he gets taken out. That's rifle recovered for the side of Team Miss and they're
Athena will be trying to go in. The Recon Dart will go back into the Showers here, and we'll get that information. At least one player is there. And Castile might try to push off with the smoke, and the orbital strike going to be there. It's going to be a bit wasted here. No one is there, but Sky in the meanwhile will find that kill onto Athena. The
Viper Spit with the Odin. The Viper Spit invested with the Odin alongside Peter Pan. The counter Viper Spit invested as well, but Skra gets a kill on the miss. Keeps the daddy. Peter Pan here, he has to try and find a kill before Skra gets taken out. There in multiple Viper Spits here. Lino takes on Skra, but can Peter Pan try and do something? He's inside his opponent's Viper Spit. He's inside his own Viper Spit. We have no idea what is going on. It all looks green. But it's down to Punya here in U-Hall. Punya is not able to see anything. He switches up to Scott. He gets the kill. But do they have time? Do they have enough time?
They do have time. They will get the defuse. This is putting Mistwalkers in such a bad situation right now. That's another buy that is going to be stopped completely. And PJP are definitely feeling it right now, especially Punya as well as the Viper player. Who is on Viper? Peter Pan is on Viper. So Peter Pan and Punya both just like feeling it right now, doing absolutely wonders. So the operator will be given to Punya as well. So he is going to be having that operator in hand. And they are going to be, it looks to be another air push coming out from the side of Mistwalkers. Again, this has not worked out for them too well, but again, still looking for much as possible. And right now, Punya is going to be picking through on a B long here, not going to find any. Meanwhile, we do have the Hunter's Fury coming out from the side of who used the Hunter's Fury? I think it was Sky. Yeah, Sky used the Hunter's Fury. Will find Castile. That's one of the controllers down on the side of Mistwalker. They still do have the Viper. Meanwhile, Castile needs to be careful, and Tips Daddy as well.
Lino gets taken down by Mash. Trying to go
This
for an aggressive hit here. Tried walking up into a shot. Doesn't work out. He gets taken out. Athena's down low as well. Mash here with this Vandal through the smoke is just doing so much. The dark cover plays in such expert positioning. He knows exactly where to pre-fire, and he gets the kill right off of that. He sees Athena's head. He gets the shots off. Does he get the 4K? Yes, he does. No stopping Mash now. He is on one on the Omen here, switching up from the chamber to an Omen. Nothing seems to happen to his aim. He still looks as crisp as he does on that Vandal, and the attacking attackers on the Mistwalkers do call out the timeout, are realizing that they have to take a second to understand that they cannot let BJP run away with this half, because it's not looking too good for them.
Indeed, and right now it definitely does not look good for Mistwalkers. They lost multiple buy rounds and they are in a bit of a sticky situation now. They don't have a buy going into this round. They will be able to buy up to a couple of Spectres. Maybe Athena is the only one who is going to be on a rifle just because he has one shot of that 24 as well. So Athena will stick to that panel, but the rest of them will have to go into a half or a save here completely. But right now, PJP is putting the pressure on to Mistwalkers, and Mistwalkers are definitely feeling it going in for the timeout to rediscuss on how they can take control of this site, because they haven't got a plant down in some time. And even when they did get the plant down, they weren't able to hold on to the side. And Athena, I feel like, has been fragging out, but some of the moves that he has been making is a bit questionable. Even after that, utilizing that Viper Spit, pushing outside the Viper Spit, getting taken down, not the position you want to be in. If you were a Jet, understandable, you do have that dash away, and I don't think he had his teleport ready to get out of jail when he took that fight against Ka when the Viper Spit was utilized. But having said that, it looks to be a default coming out from the side of Mistwalkers going into this ninth round here. But right now things are not looking good. We do have the operator at B long who is going to be picking. This is going to be the question. And he might get a free
Punya is
pick here.
waiting. Punya's waiting. He wants the peak to come in. He doesn't get the shot of it. Deep is away. And Peter Pan with the Odin. This Odin up in hook, right outside, inside, has been just so annoying to deal with, especially with that snake bite compost. With the double damage that comes from the snake bite, it's just been so hard as Athena gets the 234s online for himself as well. He's trying to go for the peak. The toxin spin well timed here by the side of the defense to try and stop that from happening. Tries to go for the quick scope, doesn't work out. Punia has to try and hold on for his dear life here. The Hunter's Fury gonna get invested.
Athena finds one, Kapumba finds another.
The showstopper. That's huge value coming in from that one gun. Athena recovers the operator as well, as he knows exactly where Mash is. But they are gonna go for the spike plant here. Kapumba getting a little too creative with his sashes as he gets all the way onto Garden in one jump. But Lino here knows that Mash is 1 HP. Mash has no chance whatsoever in this gun battle. And it's down to the two players here on side of PJP to try and do something. Miss Athena.
One enemy remaining.
He's gonna get detected, but yeah, even though he's detected, Lino does not let anything go by as he takes that kill. It's 6-3 here. Mistwalkers coming up with a good enough answer, but the problem with that answer is that they had to use a showstopper. Now, for the next few rounds, they're not going to have a showstopper. They're not going to have a 2-4. So they are going to have to try and find a way to counter this Odin, because it's not looking too good here for the side of Mistwalkers. If they do not find a way to counter Peter Pan, they know that Peter Pan's holding up in B with this Odin. They're not. And they know they are going to be completely annihilated by the use of the paranoia and the visibility. Shot, but Ezap again clears out the lurk here as Lino gets completely taken down. Mathena gets to spam onto Peter Pan, but Punian kicks on Kapumba. Oh no, the Odin does not get to Castle, but Castle down to 50 HP gets the kill off. He's gonna try and walk inside his own smoke. This is a bossy play here by Castle. Castle, the smoke fades. He gets two, but he gets taken out by the movement. Tipsy, he takes on Punia. It's down to 1v1. Omen versus Soa. Tipsy is back up in attack. He's in defender spawn. Tipsy is in defender spawn as he's just walking into a side. I don't think he knows that the woman is in hookah. They're actually just walking in so slowly. This is Tipsy actually would have a free plant in A side mash here. He does not have the from the shadows to get himself onto the other side quickly. He'll have to take that TP or make his way
30
all
seconds
through
left.
A shot to go for the retake, and that's gonna be the spike down. Mash is gonna hightail his way through A shot here. Tipsy expecting the push to come in from CT. Now the problem with holding defender spawn here is he will not hear the steps of the Omen up until he gets very close to the side. By that time, it could be a little too late for the side of Tip Steady, and the spike is not planted. The spike is actually planted for him in heaven. This is a really good play. This is heads up from Tip Steady, realizing these are the only two positions that he could be in. The shock dart does a lot of damage, but Mash is unrelenting. He's sticking it. Tip Steady, shoot! They are not shooting through the smoke. That is just so well played by Mash. The balls on this guy to stick the spike, get the kill. Oh my god! PJP, Mash! Like, Tipsy Daddy, he did not. The shock, he ate the shock dart. Terra, Mash ate the shock dart. And he still decides to stick the shock. My god.
Absolutely no fear coming out from him there. But the story of this game is right now PJP seems to be running away with it. Can Whiffmasters come? Can Mistwalkers come back? Is going to be the question here. Let's have a look. They are going in for another default here. The operator out, and Punya will put Tipsy Daddy down, picking outside of Fuka, and a lot of damage been done here to Kapumba as well on that raise. He's going to get on top of the boxes. The pain shells is going to force the player in lamps away here. That was Peter Pan there.
It's a huge pan. It's gonna force away the players up in shot out of those Kabi areas. Ekapumba's here, and Ekapumba he takes down, but Mash actually gets taken down. Ekapumba though gets 2 for his troubles, but he has 2 suches and a nade remaining in his backpack. But they're actually just gonna focus onto the B side again. But look at Punya's positioning. Punya's pushed up B long. He wants this kill. He knows that there could be a rotate coming in. He's holding it. He's gonna hear all the noise in the world, and he gets Ekapumba not expecting Punya to be there. Punya with the quick rendezvous right out of that little cubby in B, and I mean, what do you do at this point if you're Mistwalkers? You have to walk into Punya, and of course, you can win the gun duels if that works. But I mean, you have the Odin, but the Odin just gives no benefits whatsoever as Athena moves down Peter Pan. It's down to the Soa here on the side of Team PJP. Scrap. Is not gonna clear the close angle. Athena is there with the crosshair right on his head. 7-4 here. Last round of the half. What can PJP do to hold their, at least end this at 8-4? Or will Mistwalkers get to 7-5? It's
definitely doable, because now it's going to be a bit of a broken by coming out from the side of PJP here. We don't have money on Punya, but Punya does have the 24s up if he wants to use it. We have a half shield Odin coming out on the hands of Peter Pan, but we have a full buy coming out from the side of Miss Walkers here. 24 is going to be used. He hasn't shown himself so far, and the Steam Beacon from Kapumba trying to rush forward with the Brimstone Steam Beacon, but not really finding any aggress there, with the pain shells being thrown out by Peter Pan there, sorry, Punya there, stopping the push coming in.
Again, Punya holding this B long angle. He has been such a nuisance. I mean, Punya and Peter Pan in this B side, they've been such a nuisance every time Beastwalkers have tried even to think of it. The B side, the drone is invested to clear out Punya here. He's actually gonna get the shot off. Oh no, he actually jumps right through the TP to escape. Ekapumba gonna run all the way. The Odin is there to greet him, and he takes to Peter Pan. Takes 2 kills over the Odin. It's down to a 4v3. The orbital strike invested here by the Brimstone doesn't get anything. Castile, is Castile lagged out? Seems as if the Castile is lagged out. That is so unfortunate. Yes, he is. Punya gets the pick off onto Castile, and Mash is inside the Viper's pit. Lino gets killed off from the scry, and Isaf is there with the trade. The smoke, the dark cover invested, and Mash gets the kill onto Tip Steady through the dark cover, and that's gonna be 8-4 half here as BJP get themselves onto it. That's
Switching
it.
sides.
I mean, TJP looks just, they look so good. They look so good purely because of how well they are communicating with each other. The team looks good. The team play has been looking good. They've been communicating. Their communication swim on point. Everyone knows exactly what they're playing. So I'm not saying that it's not on the side of Mistwalkers, but Mistwalkers, it seems as if they are running into a few unlucky spots, and BJP are forcing them to come into these unlucky situations, and that's, I feel like that's one of the reasons why they are getting an upper hand in this particular game. So we are going into a little bit of a tech pause, and
Going to be a
so
tough
Tara,
one for Mr.
yeah,
Walker. Yeah,
how has it been
go ahead.
playing on this new patch for you?
I mean, it's been interesting to say the least. I haven't been playing a lot, to be fair, but I've been liking the fact that these agents like Brimstone and Omen was buffed up. Just because if it's a control, we've been seeing only Astra and Viper, and now Astra is basically non-existent after this new patch. And on top of that, the only annoying thing that I find about the patch is that Yoru is just so weird to deal with. Because yesterday also we saw a Euro play coming out from UG, and sorry, it was not UG. It was actually, wait a minute. I think it was Wifmasters who played the Euro, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was Deadshot who played the Euro yesterday. So a bit of a weird one. But meanwhile, getting back into the game, it's going to be a push coming through into a
Oh, that's
side here,
huge
a
recon
shot.
dart.
BJP, doing a lot of damage. Easy F
And this
already down.
utility
No
dump up
speaker.
in a shot. They have the brim, they have the incendiary, they have they have two shock darts, they have they have the smoke. It's a lot of utility dumping up in a shot, and it's all to just stop a push, because I mean this doesn't really stall time. They have enough and more time on the side of team PJP to go for this attack. ASAP, he has have the boom, but if he wants to clear out hookah, two players stacked up in hookah, no one in the base side. Of course, they have a trademark overwatching that B long push, so they don't have to worry about it. Punya takes on Eka Pumba. Do they clear the close corners? Yes, Punya does clear the close corner, gets the headshot onto Castile, and that's A side. At this half of the A side completely free. One player stuck up in showers is Tipsy Daddy, but Tipsy Daddy, does he expect a player up? On top of this, then that's a nice smoke. Realizing that Showers is the only place they don't have control, they smoke it, and Izak pushes the smoke at the exact moment it materializes, leaving two players stuck up in this CT area, walking out from defender spawn. Izak down to 10 HP. Lino walking up into U-Haul. Athena has the headhunter up on his hand. Headhunter could come up huge if he's able to find 1-2 taps on left side and right, but no, he is not. Athena gets taken down by Izap's frenzy. Lino in the backside actually takes down Izap. Quite unlucky for him. Lino actually takes down second pick as well. He's down 26 HP though. I don't think he has a chance of winning this, but Skra is there with a jumping classic to close it off. 9-4 here. Getting the pistol is PJP as they go ever closer to the 13 round mark.
Tough place for Miss Walkers to try and come back from the score being 9-4 here. It's going to be interesting to see how they work towards the comeback here, and what whether they will go in for another pause to try and work out on how they are going to defend this. But we'll wait and see. From right now, it's Miss Walkers really on the back foot, and they need to put the pedal to the metal here to come back. But meanwhile, it's going to be another A shot hit here. Recon dart. Recon dart as well as the outrun goes out. Easy F already finding Kapumba on the attack here. Shotty all the way in lamps. They aren't really contesting this. We have Easy F taking. Shotty doing 500 damage.
That Punya is able to. That's U-Haul control completely conceded, right? Like they have no way to try and unless they try to take on the complete gunfights. Athena though running around with the Spectre gets to the run and gun working in his favor. Lino trying to do the same, not able to get the same result, but Mash is stuck up here in Kombi. He's gonna get the kill onto Tipsy. Tipsy was gonna win this, but he gets the kill off onto Daddy, and that's gonna be the 10th round for the side of Team PJP. They are looking good. They are looking very, very strong here with this new composition. Punya on the chamber, switching up from the Reyna. I really expected Punya to struggle because of how different the play styles of Reyna and Chamber are, but he has been looking pretty natural on this Chamber. not only has he been really good using this operator, but he has been really good with his rendezvous and how he has been using the trademark as well. I feel like using the trademark is one of the things that makes a good chamber player a great chamber player. How you use the trademark. But again, Castle having a little hard time dealing with the drone. They are gonna walk in here into the ace shot again. Ace shot aggression by Mistwalkers. They seem to be loving. I beg your pardon. By PGP, they seem to love going into ace side. Izak again gets Castile. Gets Kra in the meantime. Oh my God! So much chaos. There's smokes. There's slows. There's everything on this side. But it seems as if though PGP come up on top. But Ekapumba though gets the kill off onto Izaf, and that's gonna put this into a 3v2 advantage on the side of PJP. Oh my God! Punyao gets the kill off onto the player as he falls onto the ground. Mash picks himself up a Vandal. He's probably gonna make his way onto the B side, and that's. But he's down to 3 HP. He has to take this fight. He cannot let Punya be the one to take this fight because I mean, player walking upstate, they have to have an idea that the Viper's walking in from. Defender spawn. Mash looks out at the very exact moment he's not supposed to. Leno has no idea. Leno gets rendezvous, does not work out in time. Mash down to 3 HP. The timing on this is just abominable. Leno. Oh, the paranoia is huge. The paranoia is huge, but Leno has a phantom, and the phantom does so well in close range fights as he takes down clutch of a 1v2. Timing perfect here on the side of Leno as he just walks into side the moment Match looks behind him. That is so unlucky for. I mean, that's so unlucky for Punya because Punya had no idea that Leno is probably even coming from defender spawn.
This might
But,
be a comeback that Mistwalkers were looking for. They needed this round desperately, and this is going to be putting them on a weak buy on the side of PJP. But it's just one of the players. Punya, he has a 24, so he does not really want to buy up here. Athena is going to be on a half shell Spectre here, so this still might be the road to a comeback. Athena still short of 2 points for his 24, so he is forced to buy into a Spectre. But the rest of them are on. They have bought up full, even though it's a very weird buy coming out from them.
Again, investing 30 bullets in the buy phase to make sure the containers penetration works. Yeah, just make sure that anyone's inside is just dead in case we have any enemies hiding inside container from last round. But
we do have another tech pause though coming out. Not entirely sure what it's about, but we do have a technical pause called out by one of these teams. But having said that, in terms of ultis, we do have Leno with his Viper Spit. He might be forcing it at either A short or B hookah. He can even force it at B main. I'm going to be interested to see where he does end up using it. But right now the huddle up is towards that B side from the side of PJP. And mind you, I feel like if Mistwalkers needs to have a chance here, they need to be able to at least win the next couple of rounds continuously. They cannot afford to give away any more rounds. They have to start playing perfect Valorant here for them to be able to come back, because PJP does have a considerable lead here.
I just noticed Castile has his judge. Judge, and he's in hookah. He's waiting for one of these players to just prod his head, just gonna completely destroy all their hopes and dreams. No way they're making it out of hookah.
We have the Viper being used. A shot here.
Interesting in a shot. That cuts off a shot completely, and you have immediately Athena pushing out of showers to get that information, and then that showers and a shot completely covered. They know this is going to be a B hit. Ekapumba gets a kill onto Punya from B long.
That fight that he took against the 24s as well. So good shots coming out from Kapumba, finding that kill. And Mash is going to be forced to back off, and they are rotating back towards that A site where the Viper Spit has been committed at a shot. But I feel like they might go in for a showers push here. We do see the Rays coming into showers. We have Athena on the chamber holding this for the time being. He might have got a little bit of information here. Is he going to repeat this? Is going to be the question. He does. Drops down to 23
Athena,
HP,
oh,
but
he misses the shots. Athena gets taken down. That shower is completely under the control of Miss Walkers now. What does Lino do here? Lino, he cannot come out of Viper's pit because he knows he has to have control of a shot. 30 seconds left here. They have to try and go for the spike plan. The pinch is invested to try and push the player back in. Backside to get out of here. Ekapumba is just doing massive amounts of damage from heaven. Ekapumba gets a kill onto Isef as well. The spike, ultimate use here by Mash to get into the B side. The spike drop. Peter Pan gets the kill onto Lino, but all in all, that I do not think Peter Pan has any chance of winning this at all. He's trying to save this Phantom for the next round. That is well played here by Mist Walkers. Using, not only did they invest the Viper speed up in a shot, they had one player pushing showers at the very start of the round to get that information, completely locking down A side from entry. And what that did is that allowed 3 players on the side of B. They had 2 players up in hookah, Ekapumba holding long, and that setup worked so well for them, especially taking out the 284s immediately before it could even work. And then that really worked out in the favor of Mist Walkers. I mean, you're gonna have to try and see what they're trying to do. Next here is PJP. This default Vipers wall as they set it up in the A side. Ekapum is actually going for the Zabla Satchel. Doesn't is not able to do anything. Miss Athena gets off onto him. No, the sheriff on Castile is huge.
Right here.
Punya trying to aggress onto showers. There's no one holding showers at the moment. He could have a free entry. Of course, they do have a trademark watching the entry. But Ekapumba sniffs it out. Ekapumba knows that something is up and he gets himself in there right at that moment. This is pretty much a save here for the side of Team PJP. They're not looking for too much. They just want to do a lot of economic damage. Mash there with the Sheriff almost gets destroyed by the Judge. Peter Pan with the Bucky ruins the... Oh my god, I don't even know what he did to the race there. Might be able to retrieve the Vandal here. That's actually huge. He's able to retrieve the Vandal. Might just stay back and try and get a kill off onto Castile. They actually pass it. Do they pass it? He's inside the smoke. Peter Pan.
30 seconds left.
This just feels way too intense. Castile in this close corner, and he has a Judge, and you cannot escape the Judge in close corner fights. Skra is like, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore. He's just hightails his way right back into hookah. I do not think he'll try and go for the plant. Does not seem like he has time. He gets tagged out by the sword road as well, and he gets taken out as he tries to jump out of hookah. And that's going to be the 7th round for the side of Mistwalkers. They are making a bit of a good comeback here.
Indeed, I mean, they started off at 8-4, I think, or was it 9-3? It was 8-4.
They started, yeah, 8-4.
8-4, right? And so they are making a solid comeback here to bring the score down back to 10-7. Definitely on the path, on the right path here. Again, we don't have a full buy coming out from the side of PJP. It's going to be half shields on Mash. The rest of them are going to be having full utility, full weaponry, but still a very weak buy. And on the other side, we do have money for days on the side of Mistwalkers with the momentum that they have gained. Oh
no, easy F gets a kill onto Castle. Castle little too aggressive there on the Brimstone, not working out for him since he has no way to get out of there. The showstopper invested by ECAF. This do they have an inkling of Athena being inside. Athena actually gets the kill onto Mash. Mash is 31 HP. Kapumba gets the kill off onto Isaf through the patience. This is huge here for Sudden Mistwalkers. Both players very low here. Kapumba has a showstopper himself as well. He has 2 satchels. He might just decide to use it on the Showers players. Athena has a rendezvous set up, so he's not scared to hold this aggressive push. Shock Darts invested onto Showers to try and push this, but look at the position. Look at the position of the chamber on the side of PJP. Look at Punya. Punya's up in the back of P, but he gets taken down by Lino. Lino staying P side for the longest time, understanding the possibility of a lurk coming in, taking out the player, but it's down only Lino here. Skra has the spike. Love to see what he's trying to do here, but oh no, Athena gets annihilated with those bullets by Peter Pan, and they are gonna try and go in for the defuse, but the flank is on point here by Ekapumba, but he gets taken down. Skra has 10 seconds to go for the plant. He has to go for the plant. He's down in 1v2. He has to go for the plant, but he cannot go for the plant. He has showers not clear. His defender spawn is not clear. It's just way too hard for him. You cannot ask more from him. He tried his best, but that's going to be the 8th round for the side of Team Mistwalkers as they are looking good. They are looking strong. Especially Lino on the Viper becoming up clutch, especially catching off that lurk from B, understanding the timings, and just immediately taking the TP the moment he gets that kill, taking control of showers. He's been massive here for the side of Team Mistwalkers. Another thing that I love to see is Brimstones, who have 16, 15, 20 assists under their belt because of how the Steam Beacon works. Like the moment you steam someone and they get a kill off of it, you get pretty much get a assist off of it.
Lino in the meantime types down easy AF, I think that was, and meanwhile, yeah, it is easy AF will manage to find Lino though. And we have the showstopper being invested, and Kapumba will find that kill. Pushing in for more, finds another Kapumba looking for more. With that, he finds the third kill as well. Punya for the trade, but down to the last man. It's going to be a 3v3 here. He does have the spike down to 52 HP off, rather 51 HP. Going to be a tough one for him to win out here, and the score might actually read 10-9 here. The question is going to be how much of damage he can do with this. I feel like he might be able to get one. Athena is going to be holding showers. He does have a couple of traps in place for anyone who is coming into the site, so he should be okay. But this is going to be a tough one for Punya to win out. He does have quite a bit of kills under his belt, but if he is given 1v1 fights, maybe he has a chance. So Athena does find the kill here. He is going to be picking through showers.
30 seconds left.
Is he going to be expecting? Is going to be the question. Punya, no, he's not, and missed.
He is not.
Athena will close out the round with that kill onto Punya, making it 10-9, and what a show Mistwalkers is putting on. What a comeback these guys are having.
Again, thing with Mistwalkers is that they look far more patient on their defense, far more passive than we saw them either on Heaven or Ascent. So that they're not leaving sides. They're holding at least one player in the back of site until the spike is planted. They're realizing that Team PJP is trying to go for those lurks, trying to catch them off guard, understanding the other team, and they're playing off of that very well. Again, double stack up in hookah, not trying to give it away here is Mistwalkers. They are trying to hold it in the Raze and the Viper together. Athena holding showers.
Okay, so two players spotted out in B long here from the recon dart. Peter will get taken down. And Punya with the trade there onto Lino, but that's going to be it. Kapumba will pick through at the right moment. Hunter's Field is going to be invested as well. Tips it. Daddy finds Star with that as well. And down to the last two players, this might be the equalizer.
It's a tag gone to Punya as well. Punya is just so low. He's down to 70 HP. Castile here. He does have the orbital strike. Easy AF. He spots Easy AF's head.
Smoke's down.
Gonna invest a sky smoke. He's gonna run into you, Hall. He's probably hurt here by the players, and he gets taken out by Punya. But the incendiary in front of side does not let Team PJP take advantage of that kill. Again, if you look at the map, you have Tipsy holding up B-main, although they know that both players are in A shot. They're holding up B-main, expecting a quick lurk or a quick rotation, but Athena is here. Athena's waiting for this push, and Athena and Kapumba clear out showers, taking the score to 10-10, equalizing it. I hate to say it, but Mistwalkers, they just look like the better team right now.
They do indeed, but we'll have to wait and see whether they can come back from this. Is going to be the question, whether PJP can make a stand here, because right now it's all Mistwalkers. The comeback has been insane. Kapumba is firing on all cylinders, 20 frags under his belt. Athena is feeling it. Lino is doing it. It's just like all players on the side of Mistwalkers are playing so well right now. We do have the orbital strike. He is trying to use it. He hears the sound of the paper coming in. He's holding on to it. He's not going to use it for the timing. He's waiting for the plant to come down. Meanwhile, Easy AF, Castile will find Easy AF. Mash in the meantime will find Kapumba. Where is the orbital strike going to be used now? Force forcing everyone off of the Viper's pit, and they are going to be pushed outside now. This is a tough position. Peter Pan still managing to stay inside the pit. Meanwhile, Mash down to 7-6-3. Athena
Athena's
inside
position.
the pit. Athena.
Athena's
Lovely
position is
position.
huge.
Force out Mash. He's going to push off of this.
Oh,
I
he
guess
takes the
that
Viper.
Peter
The
Pan
Viper.
finds
He takes the
another
Viper
one
as
play
well.
coming out from Athena. Down to the last two now. That's the Viper's pit down. Spike still hasn't gone down. This is a tough situation. Judge in the hand of Castile. They are not going to be able to get this plant down easily. He sees Scar here.
Spots him.
Has no.
Spots his head. That is just
Lockdown.
such a 5-head play here by Castle. Decided not to go for the shot. He's waiting for the sword to
enemy
peek.
remaining.
He gets the headshot off. He spots the chamber, but he does not have enough time to react. But the chamber is up in a shot. He knows that he has to plant. He has to go for the plant, but he is unable to do so. I mean, he
30
just gets the rendezvous off.
Might have been a
What
fake though.
happens?
He's going to fake this. He's going to come back into the site. He faked this rendezvous. He does have the 34 in his hand. Can they close this out? Can he close this out? Can he clutch it for the team? Very much needed, because if they don't, this is going to put Mist Walkers on match point. He will get the plant down. The
Oh,
shot
that's
top
that
hits him exactly
huge
45
shot.
damage. He's going back
Ooh,
off
that
now. What a
hurt.
shotgun.
That sent bolts up my spine as well. But it's not looking good here for the side of Punia. He has to try and hold off against two players pushing in. They're gonna try and push him together. Do they expect him to be inside this cubby? Not seeing any spam shots through him. Punia.
Enemy remaining.
He
Punia
finds
gets a
one,
shot.
doing the
One.
1v1. Fighting up
How-
down to
Spike
5
up,
HP. He's
Spike
trying to
up,
fight.
Spike
Oh,
up.
he's going to take it down.
Oh my god,
That's-
Lino playing around his own poison orb, understanding that the chamber is going to be 1 HP the moment he touches that poison orb. All he had to do was breathe on him and he would have died, and that's exactly what he does. But he breathes on him with phantom bullets, and that's going to be the 11th round for the side of Team Mistwalkers.
PJP versus Mistwalkers. Who would have thought that this would be this close, going down to the absolute wire here? Can Mistwalkers close this out? Whoa. Or can PJP close, force a OT here even? We'll have to wait and see. But with that, losing that round again, a very weak buy coming out from PJP, in all sorts of trouble here. We do have the 24s coming out as well. Viper split invested at a shot.
Oh,
We
he's
have
Kapumba.
shots going on. Kapumba finds the easy AF. Kapumba down to low HP. He's going to be able to satchel across and get to safety as well. This man survives. Shot darts doing a little bit of damage. Not really though. But they are going to be able to clear all the angles here. We have Mash using his ultimate here to get into spawn here. We do have Kapumba coming in.
Okay.
Kapumba will get taken down. He was extremely low, but Mash has some really good positioning here. Now the control into B side here is going to be the question here. Athena with the 24s.
Athena with the
holding
24s. He gets the kill off
Finds the
onto
kill.
Mash. It's down to 3 players up in B long. They're all stuck in B long. They have no idea what they're supposed to do. They're all confused.
Side control.
Castle
They
here
are going
holding.
to control the
Oh,
side.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan with a lovely flank. They don't know. They do not know. Yeah, the perfect angle here. Finds more
Oh,
kills on the Gypsy Daddy and Athena. Now down to the last two on the side of Mistwalkers. Can they close this out? Lino and who is it left? Lino and Castile is left to fight this in a 2v3. Can they do it? They know that at least one player is all the way in hook. And did this one? The second one is going to be the question. I think they did. They are playing around with fire a little bit. And the poison knob going to stop them from coming in. Castile is going to
They
drop
get
down.
inside. He drops
Can
down.
they
But
find
no.
one? Castile finds another. Can they find it?
Castelo
No,
gets
it's not.
shot down. Oh my
They are
god.
going to equalize it, and that's going to be PJP equalizing the score. What a game we have on our hands. 11 to 11
is
going
this
into this
match?
next round.
What is this game, Tyler? What is going on? Both these teams are just playing so well. I feel like both these teams have just stepped it up since their first map. Like in Ascent, we saw both teams capitalizing off each other's blunders. But when it comes to Bind, it seems as if these two teams are playing flawless Valorant. It's like even the clashes that are coming, they're all like 1v1s, 1v2s. It has been amazing to watch this match.
The problem
And
for
And Ekapuma on that race, he's been massively good on this race, using the satchels to maximum advantage. Like he hasn't shown any sign of discomfort, turning from an agent to an agent.
yeah, the problem for Mistwalkers in that round was the fact that Peter Pan was able to get in a massive flank there. They did not see him entering into the site, and that costed them. Meanwhile, Castile, Mash finds one onto Kapumba. That's a really good startup. Can they get onto match point is going to be the question. So already a man down on the side of Miss Walkers here. They are trying to go
Castile
in
is solo.
Castiel down to low HP as well. But holding a judge, I think in Lamsia, I did not see. Yes, he is holding a judge. Is he going to pre-fire this Punya? Is he going to pre-fire this? Is going to be the question. Sees him. He's trying to take a shot, but not going to be able to land it. But the spike will finally get planted all the way in A. Now for the retake, it's a 4v5 retake. It's a tough situation. Sky already takes down Tipsy Daddy, and that's going to be Lino getting the trade off onto Peter Pan. It's a 3v4, still doable for Miss Walkers here. Athena finds another onto Mash, equalizes the score, but Easy AF with the trade onto Athena. Lino finds another onto Easy AF. Punya will take down Castile, and now down to a 1v2. The Hunter's Fury going to get invested. Lino finds one, but Scar with that Hunter's Fury gets PJP onto match point. Can Miss Walkers force OT, the second OT for the series? Can they do it is going to be the question here.
Oh my god, what am I seeing here? This is just such good Valorant here from both sides.
Showstopper online for both sides, though. This is going to be a bit of an anime battle coming out from either team here. Let's have a look at what they can actually do. It's going to be a hit towards his B side by the looks of it, but the stack is going to be towards the A side. Missed Walkers, have they read this incorrectly? Are they going to pay for this? But hookah control, the crossfire is going to get set up by Lino as well as Athena. They are holding hookah control for the time being. The Viper's Bite slowing things down for the time being. Easy AF also holding this for the time being. Poison Orb going to go off. Athena taking an aggressive pick. First kill. Will find no Kapumba. In the meantime, will find Punya. This is already really good. Lino with the kill on Peter Pan. Mash going to shout step into Lamps here. Sorry, into U-Haul. But it's a 2v5.
It all comes down to Mash here. It all comes down to what Mash can do. If Mash can take 2 kills at least, he might give fighting chance to his teammate. But Skra is so low, and Athena has an inkling that this could be possible. Athena gets taken down. Mash, he's trying to do something here. He smokes himself off. This is a huge brain play. He smokes himself off. He gets the pick off. Ekapumba gets the trade off. It's down to the final 2. It's a 1v2 here. But look at this HP on Skra. I mean,
30 seconds.
He's making his way onto the A side. For good reason, and Skra probably did hear this TP. He's gonna have to try and take this fight. He cannot go for the plant blindly. Ekapumba is not here.
Spike planted.
This is just a huge battle of timings here.
He does get the plant. Kapumba did not realize where he was planting, so he was a bit more careful. It's a very open plant. Scar has absolutely no HP at all. We did see Kapumba call out for the defuse. It was tapped once. The recon that goes out, it's going to get shut down.
Oh my god! Castile with the Vandal running and gets himself a headshot as they go 12-12, just forcing OT. Missed Walkers. What an effort there by Skra. Just magnificently almost winning that clutch, gets the kill off. This is what is going on there?
PJP has got to be kicking themselves right now. I mean, to be fair though, there was very little that Scar could do. The fact that he bought it so close, hats off to him for bringing it that close. But the rest of the team just dying like that on entry in hookah, just losing so many people. Meanwhile, we do have Miss Walkers going back onto the attack with, we do have PJP on the defense. We have a naked operator in the hands of Punya. 23 frags under his belt. What a game he has been having after flopping in that second game. He has come out all guns firing right now, and he has been having an amazing game here on Bind. But what a fight for the semi-final spot between these two teams. Right now it looks like a little bit of default. No, it is actually going to be a B-hit hookah control. They are fighting for it. Castile as well as Kapumba going to be going in for it. Stim can down, but the poison cloud is going to be stopping it for the time. Meanwhile,
Peter Pan's in hookah. They're not getting past hookah, dude. Athena gets the kill on to Punya in the meantime. Punya, the naked operator, just glass cannon completely gets shut down. Not looking too good here. Peter Pan gets shut down now. Right? Dayman gets on the side. He's waiting for Athena to push out of this dark cover. The moment he pushes out, there's going to be a volley of bullets right on his head. Kapumba though gets a kill off onto Izef as he tries to push in. Skra gets the trade off. It's down to 3v4. Oh,
Athena
the
low.
Odin gets shut down. Odin gets shut down by Castle, but a beautiful pre-fire.
Tough position is a 4v2 now. Can PJP hold on is going to be the question. The two clutch gods on the side of PJP, can they hold it? The molly will go down, they will get the plant down here, and Kapumba just clearing the entire side. They will finally get the spike down. It's a 4v2 for the retake side on the two. It's a tough one to do, but we have a hookah push coming out from the Omen as well as Scar on Lance here. He gets spotted out, but Nash with the headshot onto Castle, making things a little bit more easier. Kapumba has no idea. Athena will get the trade though. Now it's all up to Scar in a 1v2. Does he find Athena with the TP out?
Oh no!
Daddy, he will take him out. Tipsy Daddy for the clutch, and massive number of kills coming out from him. Here's Athena for good measure, just to ensure that he dies.
There's no one standing once I win the battlefield. I'm the only one alive. But oh my god. Again,
And now
Skra
match
making
points.
it so close, and then like he had to reload there. Like if it was for the reload, I feel like he could have had a very good chance of killing off Tipsy Daddy. But then against 12-13 here, Mist Walkers do have an advantage. They're going in Punya. No one deciding to go for a glass cannon operator here on the side of Mist Walkers. They are trying to play it safe. Lino in hookah, holding this push, waiting for it. Double stack up in hookah. They
Look at this, there is no
constant
one
throughout the
inside
game.
B side here. This is complete only hookah control, and the push is completely from B long. PJP might have read this correctly, but we do have Castile, sorry, it's actually, wait, who is it? Tipsy Daddy rotating into the side, so now it's a 3-man on B side, but the rotation is going to come out. They are rotating all the way back into A, and this is all due to the fact that they thought that Mistwalkers might have pushed out, but the actual truth, Mistwalkers did not push out. They have no information as to where these players are at, so they are holding on to the side. Kapumba all the way in lamps. He will get this information. He finds the first kill onto Izaf, and can they close this out? Mistwalkers on match point, already numbers advantage for them. They are going to be taking this showers control. It is smoked off. Kapumba for the second kill onto Scar, trying to close this out. It's a 3v5. PJP in trouble. Semi-final life on the line. Spike is down outside of a shot, and they do know that this is happening, and Miss Walkers know that a couple of players might be in showers here. Punya is going to peek through. He might get taken out. No, he does get the head tap on the pistol. What a shot coming out from him. Evening up the numbers a little bit.
And yeah, it's out of 4v3. It's out of 4v3.
Oh, Mash makes it a 3v3 though. They are running out of time. 10 seconds on the clock. They need to get the spike down, and they're not going to be able to
spike
do
down.
Daddy.
Oh no, Ekapumba! Ekapumba coming up huge with the kill. The showstopper invested, but he doesn't have time. He doesn't have time. He's just not like this. Not like this. Oh my god, team Mist Walkers gets a victory. But PJP, I feel so bad how that ended. Oh my god, what a banger of a match though. PJP proving that they are a force to be reckoned with. We came into bind assuming that the momentum would have a lot more advantageous position for Mist Walkers, but PJP came up and proved us wrong completely. The entire game was just full of twists and turns, and oh my god, didn't not I enjoy every single moment of it. Ekapumba on the race, 27-22. This guy playing Omen throughout, going in for the race, a completely different agent on a completely different playing style in a completely different map, and he makes it work with such efficiency. And Athena on the chamber actually decided to switch out from Jet. Makes it work, and I mean, it's just good Baron. Especially on Bind, what we saw there was good Baron being played from both sides. There were no serious blunders. There were very close clutch situations, and I mean, what a game! Well done, Mr. Walkers. I guess it's
Yeah, it was definitely a tough one for Mistwalkers to fight through. Definitely coming in as the top dogs in this matchup because PJP was fairly unknown in terms of the Valorant scene in Sri Lanka. This was the first time we have seen them in the top 8, and they just proved why they do deserve a spot there and put Mistwalkers to the absolute wire. 2 games of overtime. First overtime game on Ascent, they managed to close it out, but the second time, Mistwalkers just pulling out all the stops there to close that game out, and it had to be all the players firing on all cylinders. It looked like they were not in form in that first match, and Ascent looked absolutely horrible for Mistwalkers. Even though it was such a tight fight, it just looked like Mistwalkers was not on par with or anywhere close to what Team P was putting out. But in this second and third game, Mistwalkers came out all guns blaring. But I need to say, like PJP on bind, they did falter. It looked like they had the advantage. They had a really good first half, and it was just Mistwalkers just coming back extremely strong, putting out all the stops. Kapumba firing on all cylinders. He had to do it. He had to carry the team. It was Kapumba. It was the rest of the team as well. I mean, it was Athena on a different edge the first time ever in a competitive scene. I mean, they put out all the stops there to try and close that game out, and they were able to close it out very effectively. And with that, we do have the head-to-head ready between the top two fraggers. Let's have a look at that. It's going to be Kapumba and Punya going head-to-head. 27 frags to 25, 308 average score to the 251. 5 first bloods under his belt for Kapumba and 2 for PJP. Punya and Kapumba with a 1.3 KD and 1.7 on Punya. What a even out score between these 2 players. What a head-to-head to have, and this is exactly what you get with such a close game between these 2 teams. But in the end, they were able to close out that 2 OT maps. I mean, the 2 OT rounds just looked like Mistwalkers just were the better team at the end of the day. They were able to close it out very effectively. It was not even close. I think the omen was Peter Pan managed to almost bring it even, but he was not able to close it out. And I mean, it was actually Mash. I think it was on omen.
It was Mash versus the woman.
Yeah. Nash tried to close it out multiple times. Even Scar tried to clutch it out, but it was just not feeling it. It was just those initial frags, initial kills falling on the side of PJP, allowing Mistwalkers to quite easily close it out. And I feel like that hookah control coming out from Mistwalkers was absolutely insane on the defense. The crossfire setup, and they did not have an answer. They did not have an answer on the side of PJP to fight that, and they were able to close that game out very effectively in the end. It was close, but at the end of the day, it wasn't even close during the OT round. So I feel like Mistwalkers do deserve to go home with the win, coming out as the better team heading into this semi-final. Obviously, a lot of money on the line, and they had to bring out all the stops to win it. 100,000 rupees, 100,000 rupee prize pool on the line from SLTMOBITEL Esports, with 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points on offer as well for all these teams. And I saw a couple of these players with Battle Pass skins, so probably, maybe getting an upgrade with these Valorant points coming out, get rid of the trash Battle Pass skins and, get something premium with the Battle Pass, the Valorant points that SLTMOBITEL Esports are giving away. And with that, we do have the giveaway winner. We'll take a look at the giveaway question first and take a look at the answer as well. Which country does bridge originate from was the question. A, Spain, B, Sweden, C, Sri Lanka, and D, Singapore. Of course, myself, I thought it was Sri Lanka for sure, but let's have a look at the answer. It is going to be Sweden. Bridge is originated from Sweden, and let's have a look at who walks away with the prize. It is going to be Christopher Amar Singer. So Christopher, make sure to message Gamer.LK on their Facebook page. They will get in touch with how you will be walking away with the goodies that are going to be given away from SLTMOBITEL Esports. So congrats to you for winning that. And mind you guys, make sure to join the live stream every day, because we have a lot more giveaways happening each and every stream, and we do have another one happening at 11 p.m. tonight. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the first semi-final that is going to be happening. That's going to be another intense game. We'll be selecting the first finalists going through into the grand finals of SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals. What an insane tournament it has been so far. Taking a look at the bracket, we have Mistwalkers in the semi-finals. We have Whiffmasters in the semi-finals. We have UG Valorant in the semi-finals, and it's just one team, one quarterfinal left between Revolutionary Gamers and UG Academy. So right now, looking at the bracket, I am favoring UG Valorant right now to head into the grand finals, not taking anything away from what Wifmasters are able to do, especially since they are a different team with Deadshot. And then on the other side of the bracket, we do have Mistwalkers. I feel like regardless of RG or UG Academy coming into the semifinals, I feel like Mistwalkers is going to have their work cut out for them, because right now, from what I saw, yes, they came up huge today, but I feel like they are not up to par with teams like RG and UG Academy, because UG Academy, we know that they're such a strong team. We saw them with an absolutely amazing performance in one of the tournaments, but after that they kind of fell off. But we know that they're a bunch of youngsters with amazing skills. So Mistwalkers, they definitely need to put in the practice going into this semi-final match, regardless of the team that they meet. But with that, guys, we are going to be heading out just for now. We do have another match coming to you live at 11 p.m. Make sure to join us for that. A massive shout out yet again to SLTMOBITEL Esports for hosting the tournament. You guys have been absolutely amazing, giving a platform for all these Valorant players. And thank you, Mike, joining me for the second time for the day with this quarter-final matchup. And for everyone who was watching from home, you guys have been absolutely amazing. The support has been amazing for the teams. But we will catch you guys again at 11 p.m. But until then, it's going to be me, Tara, and my boat signing off. See you guys later.